pan, going through Dorchester to get to Roxbury, just to get more fresher. Going up Mass Ave, hoping to Newberry. I need the new what? I stay in new everything. I got game in the hood, swear to God, everybody know my name in the hood. And the clothes are dope, yes I must say. Threads and emos, I did Johnny Cupcake. Hey girl, come here. I'm one of them boys that be in front of the corner mall downtown crossing. I'm a dawn to calm out, comprende. Eyes like the cigar sign, smoking on Fenway. I never go to sleep, never woke up. Nothing sweet, but I'm dunking cause my donuts. Hi Tiffany, can we date, hun? I'm Mr. Boston, not from VH1. No! King Spider. There was ever a question in your mind. Who's the best of the beat? Stop it. I'm the motherfucking king. Beacon Hill, I know you got me. I see you, Duval. D how? Where we at? Sometimes I want to go somewhere, man. You know? Where everybody know my motherfucking name, everybody do cocaine, you know? It's a place like Boston, you know? Beacon Hill, Paul Revere shit.
Hey, we are live. Well, I'm live. Sean, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Good for you, PB&J. Yeah, I wasn't even planning on.
And while I was down there,
you have a TV on in the back?
No.
Well, I hear something echoing. No. All right, that's not you. That was me. All right. So, what were you saying?
Don't accuse me of watching TV ever again.
You don't watch.
Just between me and you. Okay.
All right. Yeah. All right.
But anyway, I went to the grocery store and I told run in, run out. It's like 15 minutes, and I know. And then he asked me this typical like everybody, and I'm like, well, I'll be streaming. Do you ever stream? And so he might be here. He got a pen and paper and wrote it down, and I'm like, dude, do it, because I need, it'd be cool to just see somebody, because I've asked, only a couple people, but when I do ask, I ask people that follow through. I guess where, I mean, they gotta have follow through, or I'm not gonna waste my time. Not really like that, but it's fun. When it comes to something important, where like, what are you doing? Like all these people at stores, I'm like, sometimes I stop and go, how personal of a question that is, to where, like, do you really got the time to ask me like how I'm doing, right? Because it's not like it's like certain stores you're really accustomed to, and I feel that some places the managers in the back going, you got to ask everybody how their day is doing, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? To where
they used to do that to me. I used to work at the Gap. The Gap, like where they sell clothes. It's like plastic smiles. Come on, guys.
Wow.
Before they open the door, they're like, and then like me, I have like if I'm having a bad day, dude, everybody can see it right on my face. You can tell. Like I'll like leave. I leave my job. Like I'll leave like 20 minutes early, come in 20 minutes late. You can tell I take extra 10 minutes on my break. I'm on my phone during the job and everything. You know what I mean? Like you could tell, but
I know what you mean. The one day I took the day off.
You know what they told me?
Because I had a bad day, because I couldn't be smiley, and so but yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
But one day they told me, Ray, you gotta learn how to leave your problems at the door. There was nothing even wrong with me. I was just standing there doing my job, like ringing people up, and I just wasn't smiling or something. And they brought me to the side and they're like, I'm like, what's like, leave your problems at the door. When you have trouble outside of work, keep it outside of work. Don't bring it into work with you. And I'm like, I was thinking like, I'm just ringing the people up like I'm supposed to, like, get off, you know what I mean? And they're just.
Oh, I know. It's like it's not to say that Gap's weird. It's just that every kind of employee has a way of dealing with situations like putting feces in a Copenhagen can of a fellow employee as a joke, to where, like, we don't like you chewing on the job. We're not going to tell you. We're going to get you not to do it. You know what I mean? To where, like, he could have like quiet, he could have went like, hey, let's play a game. He could have made it like totally fun around, to where let's just pretend that we fucking love our job, right? To where he could have been like a manager, like, hey, I want to get to know you, you know what I mean? But no, the corporation, to where, I was told to go like this, and so we're gonna go like this, everybody. It's the store policy. What's wrong, Jeff? Well, I just kind of, it means I don't like the, well, it's just like that movie Waiting, or, any movie is like reality. It's just, I've been having to write down a lot of stuff about your show to where there's a lot of topics that are like key points and excellent, like to where we got to go back to them, right? You know what I mean? To where
How you
there's
doing,
some,
Faith?
hey, yeah.
Yeah, I'm welcoming Faither to the stream. Faither to the stream. How's it going?
Hello.
Well, I know her. I know who she is. She'll come in eventually.
You might trying to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich like I am.
I don't have her muted. It's not me. It's not on my end. She should be coming in because her avatar's up.
She's here to support. Just like how
Whatever.
like I'm not like on the screen all the time, but I'm listening, and where I don't want to like come in, but I'm here to support, right? To where it's funny to where like, oh, and that reminds me. Remember I said that I couldn't wait to see the captain because he's going to talk about something that it'll be a trigger, and it was I seen it coming. It was early in the morning. I'm not a morning person. To where it did take me a second to where what was it? Something. Because usually in the morning it's like a fog of war. Immediately when I wake up, it's like, what's going on? And I could, so like you say, robotic. I'm robotic, but it's like you ask me like a question like how I'm feeling, right? Like early in the morning, I'll ask you to sit down first, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, or kind of to where, but it wasn't like that. It was just, what was it? Oh, but it was like I let him go and go and go and go till he was tired. It was like he was talking about this and this until he described everything he saw. Luckily we drove. It was a long drive to get a couch, so luckily I had the time to just sit there and be able to just listen to him and unload until there was a dead silence. Then there was a silence, and that's the time when you move, right, to where everybody. I mean, I don't know if it's for everybody, but I noticed to where it was like he was tired, like a dog that it was like. And then it reminded me of how I was, to where like it made like Disney. Disney was a huge trigger. I couldn't even. It was insane. It was it was really destructive. How I love to hate them. Right? I just love to hate them. Everybody bring it up. I was waiting for somebody to oh Sean, don't say Disney in front of Sean. I was like, I'd wait for somebody to say Disney because I have my file, my book. It got bigger and bigger of data that just started shoving their face, going here. Until it was like going, wait a minute, who am I trying to prove? What am I trying to prove? They went to court and they go, well, at least it wasn't the pointy end we stuck in the fireman's butt. And never mind, it's just a different book that you probably won't read, but there's a book about it. Anyway,
Sean, I would read books if I had time to read books, but I don't have anything against people who read books. If you have the time to read a book, if you find comfort in sitting down and reading through a book, go for it.
I audiobook. I audiobook times 2. So I cheat. I can digest. Exactly. I'll audiobook a book just to count how many times they say nevertheless, or how many times they say garbage in a live stream. Remember the last garbage food?
What's this? Ernest Hemingway? What has he got? Man. Singe. Let's welcome Singe to the program.
Welcome.
How you doing?
I love to read books. To be a good writer, you have to read good writing.
That's tough to do.
You're a book person?
I was betrayed to my book. Stephen King, I swallowed him up, and then I grew up later, and he just plagiarized H.G. Wells. It was really sad.
I decided to come on last minute, man. I know you guys were asking me if I was going to go on, and I was like, I said no. This was supposed to be my night off, man. But me and Singe were talking, and we decided we had time to do it. For a little bit. We're gonna at least show our faces. Come on, say hi. I have a couple things I'd like to show that is really cool that I've been in.
Hello, everybody.
I have a few things that we can get into tonight, but I'm warming up right now. I got my weed being rolled right now, so it's slow going tonight. I wasn't really.
The audio is working.
My audio's working?
Differently for me. Normally it's really loud. No.
Is it good or bad? Is my audio good or bad?
Good. Very low for me.
Okay.
I can tell it's me, not you.
Since there's so many topics that I want to talk to you about. First of all, the karate. I used to work at a store where the first day I worked with him, I went up behind him and I scared him, and he turned around and he saw through me, and he had to stop himself from killing me. Right? We're watching.
Oh yeah,
you
your
roll
audio does sound better, Singe. You're
Ah.
right. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to do that. So
I'm late. I know what you're saying. I got it now. All right, go ahead.
You're self-taught, Singe, right? You're self-taught. Because I think I asked you if you taught.
I had some training when I was 17.
Okay.
But that's
So
about
you know
it.
the name. Like the last thing I worked on was what's the one with the sticks? The sticks.
I might have to come back out and come back in, but I'll suffer through this. What? Oh,
You know the
Cali sticks?
Where you work, fighting, where you mirror another person. It's like you mirror another person. They had to illegalize the dance because they would. It was like they had to be turned into a dance, right? The martial arts. It was illegal to practice killing people, right? Basically, so they had to turn it into a dance. Yeah. That's the last thing I worked with, and I came across the guy who was a sensei, and he told me like that was the last thing he asked or told me was he went and saw a guy whose body sounded like a bell. It goes boom, it sounded like a bell. Have you heard about that? The shirt thing? See, I worked at the store and he worked there too, and then when in the same building, he was a sensei, so I was able to cheat and see the monkey and the tree and the cloud, all the stuff behind the scenes, right? Basically, and so he still works at the store, and I want to talk to him to get him on the stream because the things you were talking about, it was like talking to him, and it was amazing to where like he taught, and that's why the first thing I asked was, have you ever taught that? And what it's for, enough that.
No, I've studied it intensely for like 3 or 4 years, and I had training from a world grandmaster. So I had training from one of the best in the world, but it was only for like 6 months.
I see that you took your karate and took it into things that you like. I could see it, like walking, but it has nothing to do with karate or whatever. But you're just, you're doing seems like crazy things. Like I tear phone books in half, and that's cool and stuff. But teaching somebody to tear a phone book in half and watching people's reaction, like I was driving a 16-penny nail. I was impressed with the fact that I was not impressed with magic. The first kit I got was the suction cup. I'm like, magic's crap. I was instantly just turned off. But then the day I was hitting the post, and I'm like, this doesn't hurt. And I was hitting it, and I was like, next thing I know, I was pounding on that post as hard as I could. But when you said that it didn't hurt, when where it doesn't hurt, that totally flashed back going, I remember that, where you're hitting it right when it doesn't hurt. Because I know when I'm doing the nail thing, if it's in slow motion,
how do you hold it like this?
It goes boing, it goes through your hand. That you can see the bone.
How do you hold it like this?
Like I put it right in the palm of my hand and I practice on books. See, Stephen King.
It was hold it right here.
You're phasing. It's called.
So
right here.
For me, it's I don't. Okay.
Hi.
You try to talk to me. Sorry. That's my phone.
Man, where is it? There it is.
Giggity.
There it is.
One of my best friends who's
Chair, can't get in the camera.
His favorite move to me is stepping on my foot. Oh, there we go. Yep. Yeah, to where when you hit it, it feels like a golf. Most people golf, where when you hit it and you don't even have to look at it, you can just feel it going, oh, that was
That's
perfect.
not blood, don't worry, that's paint.
I just mentioned golf, it's like because it's a follow through, where when you hit it wrong, because the nail doesn't go through your bone. It's supposed to go. It feels like it's going like through your skin, right? It's just bouncing through it. See, I do it down actually right in the middle. Like right in the middle. Like, because I went to flipping a quarter. You know how you take a quarter and you flip it? You ever done that?
Flip a quarter?
Yeah, we'll see. You put a quarter. Let me get the camera. Oh, the camera just went off. But we had
the link out too if anyone else wants to join us.
We had a magician.
I already put the link up. There's not really many people here, but we'll see. Faither tried to come on. I don't know what happened, Faither. Try to come back in if you want.
It's been a while. Because a muscle there's a muscle right here that's called something, and then there's a muscle here that you pinch it, and it took me like 100 times just to get the quarter to flip over.
All right,
But,
hold on. Let me put you.
But basically, the trick is you have the quarter here, and you pop it up and you catch it. That's the trick. And he can only do it 3 times. He's a magician.
Say it again. I wasn't paying attention.
Say it more. I go, can you do the thing? He's like, yeah. And he pulled out a quarter. He goes, pop, pop. And he did it like 3 times. And I go, you can't do it 4 times, huh? And he goes, it hurts. I go, he goes, yeah, it hurts every time. To where.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean? Like a juggler?
And you put a quarter right here. And then you take, let's see if I can get the shadow right. See that muscle right here of your thumb? There's a muscle right there that you have to practice, like get a callus. You mentioned calluses. And you put it there, and then you, like literally, it'll flip. Like it's been a while, but I was able to flip, it takes like 1,000 times to get it to flip over. And then it takes another 1,000 times to get it to get air. And then it takes another probably 10,000 times to be able to catch it, to have it go up and catch it. And that's the kind of magic I like, to where it was.
That sounds like a juggling skill.
Well, it's a muscle. It's basically getting calluses, those 2 muscles to work together to where, you almost sucked, to where, you're doing it right when it's here and it goes like that. You want it to go from the thumb down, because then you got that flip. You want it to catch right here. Oh, see that where it pops. And nobody can do a dime. Nobody can do a dime, right? To put a dime in there and do it. And so those are the things that interest me about the magic, and then the body, how what I've been able to accomplish, and then teach other people to do. A lot of it's about, muscle memory, or I forgot to follow through, to where.
All right.
The whole thing moved up and down. It's easier when you have. I probably cut myself. No, I didn't. If it's 30, obviously. I'll try to hold it 30.
Do you know about that?
It's easy.
With the nail, there's not
your
no
chi
trick.
into your hand.
Yeah. I could do books, and then I got up to. I couldn't get through 2x4s, but I could get them.
That's the nail. Then you come back with the hammer. Those guys can put it.
At my best, I can go through 3/4 inch particle board. That was the best, to work.
I've seen them. They set it like that, and then they go back and they go bap, 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 and they're like, "Okay, you're crazy, boy." They've got way conditioning of their hands, right?
Well, that's what I mentioned. If I'm doing it right, it feels like it's actually going through, like boing, but like it ain't hitting no bones, because when I hit it wrong, it hits a bone. I'm like, oh crap, I hit a bone. But when I hit it right, it must go like this. Like straight up through the skin. I need to practice and stuff to be able to get that endurance. But not really endurance, but just the faith that you can do it, right? To where I not think about it. Like pool, right? My biggest problem was I think about it too much, or country. But
that old nail too. If you got a nice sharp one, it's a nice pine wood. It'll go through pine easier than this plastic board for sure.
I don't know what it is, but big giant nail. I haven't tried it, but it's kind of part of the show. Do you know about the phone book thing? See, with the nail, that's like,
I've seen people do that one. I'm like, you're crazy.
Simple trick. Yeah. It's a simple trick. Let me show you quick.
Oh, okay. Right. You got other things you want to discuss too. Okay, so there's got to be more.
There are 2 strength things, right? Like
it looks like I'm not saying anything, but I'm looking for something.
You don't need to be strong.
We got something. A few things I'm going to share.
You make sure you have a nice grasp of it here where it's flat, and then you let this flap over. You keep this side tight, and then you crease it. Let me get a better shoot. It's to where you'll see it when you have a phone book in your hand. Make sure the spine is flat, and then let it
make phone books too?
And then push it in. Push it in real good, so you got that like a crease, like a good V. You see that V?
Okay. Here we go. Give me a second. I'm gonna have some shit to go in a few minutes.
You have to get that first tear, huh?
Better grip. Well, you get a better grip, and then you go out like this.
Oh.
But the trick is that fold. right? To where you got to fold it. It's like basically perforating every one. And then.
So once it breaks the edge, then they all rip.
Yeah. It's been a while, but like the first time, it's like, I mean, when you first do it, take off the glossy. It'll help. I should probably, I can't ruin this one, but.
And if you're a big guy, it'd be a lot easier, obviously, right?
No, not necessarily, because that was the beauty of me being able to go to a party and wondering what's going on. Everybody's, kind of just mulling around, and I saw something about phone books came up, and she says, and then the owner, the little girl came back in who owned the place, and she says, I got a bunch of phone books because she overheard us. And she was upset about something. She went in her room, and I pulled out the bottom drawer, and there was like 12 phone books. I'm like, yes. And so almost everybody got a phone book, right? And I was going to teach them that, and then I got distracted because what's going on, and what happened was she got in an argument with one of the people in her campus. She's a bigger woman, right? So she's a little girl, and so I go, come in here and do this for me, because it's your place and you got to have control, and I just want to teach you tear a phone book in half. She's like, whatever, and I already kind of primed the people at the party, right? So they're drinking and whatever, and they're just playing with them, and they had no idea that they just thought, they didn't really know me. But I focused on her because I go, I'm going to teach you how to tear a phone book in half. And she finally, there was like 7 people had a phone book. 3 of them, dropped out, but 4 stayed. And then out of those 4, two tore it. And it was her and her friend. They were paid attention, right? It was just because they paid attention, not because they're stronger or whatever, because they paid attention. Simply bend it, fold it, crease it, and then do it. And then I go, okay, now take your cordless phone and go out there like you're mad, like your phone, like you got a phone book on a phone, and throw your phone down and tear that phone book in half and throw it on the ground and pick up your phone and come back to your apartment. And she did. I don't know what happened, but the bigger lady didn't mess with her no more. She called me back. I didn't see that happen that night but she knew. I didn't know where she was, but I go, she got to see you do it. So she stood out there wherever she was at. She knew she could see her, but she didn't mess with her. She didn't mess with her no more. That's what I'm saying. To where
that'd be a good joke. Be like, I can't find this number. I hate phone.
Well, no, it was just the fact.
I've been looking for this number all day.
Well, it made sense to where she was out there going, well, I don't know what to do about this. Like she was talking about her going, I don't know what to do about this lady. Like saying, she made it up, right? She was already mad about it, so she just talked about what she was just talking about with that lady, and then basically said, don't tell me to calm down, because I would say it's a joke. Somebody say, hey, how you doing? They don't tell me to calm down, or don't accuse me of watching
I would
TV.
say this is calm.
Yeah. But I guess my point was
is calm.
to teach
That's how I always am.
And that's why I asked did you teach that, and did you learn it?
Damn, I should have used that for the thumbnail, Singe. I just seen the picture you sent me. I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna use that for next time.
Yeah, I thought of a name was called.
But I'm gonna show it.
Brickerist. A faux brickerist.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it.
It's faux brickery.
I didn't really have time to prepare the show today. I'm sending it right now. It's gonna.
So yeah, so what else do you want to talk about? You said martial arts. What?
What's up? I got a lot of stuff. Oh, him? I got a lot of stuff I'm about to bring up.
You want to do that?
Martial arts things you wanted to talk about.
You hear about the guy you can make your body sound like a bell, right? And it was at the time through the story, it was
your body.
Iron Shirt. It's called Iron Shirt. Iron Shirt. It's kind of related to tree where you don't want to lose your footing. See, it's weird. Like I said, I kind of cheated and was like watching stuff, and he didn't. He had to like learn a code because he had to, people were paying good money, and I didn't want to ruin his business because he was really good. It's just that I was like 17, 18, and we still live together. And that what you anyway. So what's the coolest thing you've done? Are you ready to go away? Ready to give her something? Because I want to eat some peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, eat peanut butter and jelly, dude. Hold on.
You're gonna have some sugar and some sugar.
All right. So we got
you and Rasta Bear ruining my diet.
That's
good though. That's good.
No, what you need to do is get 100% peanuts,
hazelnuts,
and then a 100% fruit pecan jam. Then you got
Blackberry?
fruit on peanuts. That's good. Fruit on peanuts. That's
we
good
got
for you.
live on Odyssey too.
Those are the two things I got
Hydrogenated
for the
palm oil and high fructose corn syrup, not so good for you.
So there's
And
two things.
once you switch over, you'll be like, that tastes gross. I can't even eat that other stuff anymore.
All right, cool. So I just said hi to them all. All right, so
it only costs a little bit more, not that much more.
I just got a lot of shit done. I'm just trying to wait for this place to fill up a little bit before I start showing things.
And it actually doesn't cost more because you'll eat less.
It'll probably show. All right, I'm gonna play a song real quick. What do I got? What did I play so far? Played Redemption. Did I play Boston Project? I don't think I've played that one yet, but we need something good. What's up, peoples? So I want to show you guys something real quick.
That guy is hardcore. The guy's like saying, that last guy he's rapping? Wow, he's a monster.
R.A. the Rugged.
You'd have to kill him if you would fight him.
It was R.A. the Rugged Man. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for him because he was really, really homeless. He was really bad. He was really a bum.
Oh, you know about him?
Yeah, he's been around for a long time, dude. He was around. He was rapping with Biggie Smalls, dude, back in the day when they were kids. He's from New York. One of my buddies from the Bronx.
I know just minimal rap stuff.
They grew up with him and stuff. I met him in real life. He changed his life. He was a bum, and now he changed his life, and he's doing better. So it's just, I like stories like that. I like to see.
Yeah, he's hardcore. Yeah.
Oh, he's got skills.
It's because it's the dark one, the devil, the evils of the world, whatever. They try to drag you down a path because you're so good and you're so close to God. They're like, we already have these. We need.
Well, what happened with him is what I like about Rugged Man is
they still can't get that soul.
He wouldn't sign over to the record companies. Like he had this thing. He had this whole thing against the record companies. He made a whole song about it. That's why he never. He's underrated because he's such good at rapping, but he would never sign no deals with nobody. So that's why nobody really knows about him. But he's one of the best rappers. But anyway, let's do this. So we got I got a few things. You guys see this?
Red under blues in the house.
Yeah, you see your screen.
Right. Yeah, what up, Red Under Blue? That's my boy right there. All right, so yeah, you see my screen. All right, so this is something. Now, this is gonna be a short clip that Michelle took today. She was when things pop up on the news, and you try to catch them in time. Sometimes it's hard to catch them. So it's kind of a shitty clip, but you still get the point. You'll still see what's going on here. If you're awake, if you believe the news, then you'll have no idea what's going on. Oh, all right, download it, bitches. All right. Okay. So now where is it then? Is it in my downloads now? Are you gonna bust my balls? All right, let me see. Then this shit should be in my downloads then. Documents. Let me see if I can find it now. Piece of shit. Downloads. Oh, is this it? This might be it. This might not be it. This could be something else. I hope it's it. Oh, yeah, this is it. Okay. All right. Tell me if you guys can hear this in a second when I play it. So this is the TV. This was the news, right? So there was a story this morning on, and they were saying something about NASA, and they were showing, see NASA up here, and they were showing some bullshit CGI fucking two planets are supposed to collide or some bullshit cartoon they were showing this morning. Okay? Now what I want you to do Yeah, it's CGI. It's computer generated. But what I want you to do.
Wait, it's scary CGI.
I don't know if I can put it on big screen. Is there a way to do it? I mean, I'm not trying to fuck it up. Open with Windows Media Player. Let me try that. Let me see. You know, I'm not trying to. I got it here. I'm not trying to screw it up, but it's not really. You're not really gonna. It's not really what they're showing is the point. It's what they say. But let's give it a second. All right, here we go. All right, yeah, it's gonna come up in here. Maybe I can bring it up bigger. Hold on. What's this do? Make it bigger?
Only gas from the other one forming an unusual collection of stars.
Wait, you hold the nail in the middle of your palm? Wow, you try it up here. I just realized when you said you hold it right there. Ouch.
I don't know what I was
doing.
Try
it right here. You'll get it. You'll be like, wow.
Cool, I can't wait. That's because there's nobody to talk to about this.
It's like it's stupid stuff. It's like, why would you do that? Because I'm a man. Oh, okay.
Cool. Oh yeah, cartoon CGI. Where to go? Maybe that took up too much RAM to be big.
See how slow I am? Like 15 minutes later, I realized what you said.
I wonder if there's any empty spots in his computer for RAM. Can't hear you, Ray. Can't hear you. So you gotta know sign language. F U C K O U.
What is going on?
Oh, there we go.
You couldn't hear that. You couldn't hear that whole thing, could you? That sucks. Hold on, I think Rasta's here.
No, we were waiting for you. We thought you were busy checking it out. That's cool.
Big screen. It might have
all right, I'm gonna do it again.
Energy.
That's crazy. All right. When I'm screen sharing this, it's real quick. It's only like a 12-second thing, and I can't mute you guys. So let the volume play because I want you guys to hear what this news guy said. This was like a NASA story this morning. This was this morning. Okay, I'm gonna get it back up.
Pump up the volume.
I can't once I'm sharing the screen. There's nothing I can mute. I don't have two screens to like mute you guys. All right, let me see. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we got it. Downloads. It's right here, right?
Check out that ritualistic sound chamber device called a stadium.
Hold on. I'll be opening it right now. So, yeah. So this is what I want you guys to notice, right? These people are mocking us. Like, you'll see. Let me see. Is this it? This might be it again.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Look.
Only gas from the other one forming an unusual collection of stars there on the right.
That's incredible. But you can look at the pictures and they could tell me anything and I believe it.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, no.
You see that? One more time. Tell me if you can hear
Only
it.
gas from the other one forming an unusual collection of stars.
And they could tell me anything and I believe it.
I'm like, oh, no.
All right, so let me go over it one more time. So this is what happened.
Here, go back.
Look.
From the other one
they're showing
a collection of stars.
It's too quick. All right, so what happened there was they're showing you two planets that are going to collide, right? And it's all CGI, it's all cartoons, and then the guy goes, well, you could literally show me anything and I'll believe it. Like saying, saying like they could show us anything and we'll believe it. You know, like basically he's mocking us. Like, you know what I mean?
Why do I got some echo? Who the fuck? Why am I echoing? I don't understand that.
That's me. probably my speaker.
I noticed it when a bunch of people get online.
Yeah.
Let me.
Okay. I don't think I'm echoing out. But I was gonna say there's a bunch of crazy space news going on right now. You know, like with there's this foreign object that's supposed to collide with the moon on Friday. That's gonna hit the moon evidently and cause a new crater. So I mean, we're gonna actually finally see something hit the moon. I don't know if we'll physically see it or, you know, what it's gonna do. It could be a missile. I mean, you know, with everything that's going on with all this other shit. I mean, you know,
they just shoot something at the moon. Shoot the moon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like they probably have before. You know, but then you've got also there's the Russia threatening to drop the space station out of the sky. Did you see that story?
This could be it, Harry. Pass the word along. Tell the men it's time to shoot the moon. Shoot the moon! No, not out there on the microphone. On the microphone. Shoot the moon. Shoot the moon.
That was a good one. That was well timed, and yeah, that was good. But yeah, and then they also said Russia was like, and we're gonna really consider not being a part of the space station program anymore. And it's like, well, how are they a part of the space station program in the first place if they're supposed to be enemies on the world stage? Yet we're supposed to believe that they're all floating around up. Are they all still on the station together? Or is like, what happens in the event of war? Does one of our astronauts bust out a knife and they try and just stab each other to death before, like, you know, one of them takes full control of the space station? Like,
remember the one part where the Americans were drinking the recycled urine of the Russians?
What?
Yeah, all the Russians made the recycled water for the
recycled water.
They stopped selling Russian alcohol here in Oregon, and I think other states too. They like pulled the shit from the, like, I don't drink anyway. I don't give a shit, but still, if I was gonna drink, I would. You know, I like good Russian vodka is good shit, and it's like they pulled it all. It's like
could be used as fuel.
Yeah, it could be used for a lot of things. Yeah, you could use for cleaning products, all kinds of like disinfectant, healing wounds. Not healing wounds, but you know, helping wounds.
I'm not a medical doctor. Yeah, I'm not a medical doctor. Disclaimer.
I mean, no medical advice. We are not doctors.
We're definitely
not doctors.
Some things. We're seeing some movie happening. That's great.
You know, kinetic weapons.
It's really raining hard here today. It's like buckets.
By the way, Sean, you know, you said kinetic, right? You said, you know what kinetic energy is, right? Kinetic. But when Singeman was talking about putting a nail through a piece of wood, right? That's kinetic energy. That's you kinetically putting that nail with kinetic energy through that wood. But what I was going to say was when he said when they keep smashing it, that's a whole different kind of energy, because when you're holding the nail, it's like a bullet. When you're holding the nail and you're pushing it, that's a different kind of energy. But when you're hitting the nail with your hand, now you're using a different kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different ball game.
So here's the question: the kinetic weapons are legal? Like dropping a tungsten rod size of a telephone pole, it's legal, right? Like you can drop a drone. You can drop a drone on top of a drone. Kinetic weapons are legal, and if we can try to use that to our advantage, because now drone, you know, there's like a lot of things that they're doing that we know that they're going to be doing. There's a lot of things that, like underground, like, is that a valuable asset? Is underground a valuable asset suddenly because, you know, we can't go there? Is water an asset? You know, why does Hershey's own a Great Lake? You know, it's either Hershey's owns that Great Lake to protect it because everything's going to get jacked up, or they're going to wormwood it and say, look, wormwood, right? To where it's like, you name a topic, I could plan it and do it probably cheaper than they do it.
Let's try this. Put a drone up and then try to hit it with a spherical neodymium magnet. Because then you don't have to get near it. It would go bap right to it.
Have you seen the spinning ball? You take a
wait, no, Sin, say that again. Say what did you just say? I didn't hear it.
Neodymium magnets are really strong. So if you got anywhere near a drone with it, it would go right to it.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah. Because the drone would totally be sucked to the. Oh yeah, send an iridium like little missile, like just boom towards the drone.
It would set it off for sure.
It totally would. Yeah.
It's a
couple.
MK.
That's a great idea.
It's a multi-kill
take down one or two, right?
If you get a chance, Ray, you might show us that, a multi-kill vehicle. Have you heard of that? It's pretty cool.
I love it.
It was like
weird, like a multi-kill vehicle.
A wrist rocket's one of the most efficient things of all time. It really is. You can use so many different things with a wrist rocket, and I mean you can shoot a playing card. And it'll do damage with the wrist rocket. You just you pull it back, and you got the playing card in there. It can wedge into a watermelon.
That's what I'm talking about with kinetic energy. That's kinetic energy. But by yourself, yeah, like with your own power, that you use, that you know how to get that. It's just like a whip. You know how a whip can. You guys know how a whip can hit that maximum velocity.
Oh yeah.
I have a whip.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
So I gotta get a new chain whip next month.
All right, I'm gonna show some buildings real quick. Earlier, Mark Wood sent me a. I thought he might. I told him I wasn't doing a show, but
Mark Wood.
Let me see if I can get.
Yeah, I knew Ray. You would do a show. I knew it as soon as
Mark
you said.
Wood, yeah, he sent me a thing.
As soon as you said you were taking it.
I wasn't. I know.
But I was like, no, he can't help it.
Last minute, dude. When. Yeah, I was. I don't know. I was just sitting. I was gonna do a few other things. I was getting some shit done, but then. Damn, this isn't even.
Well, then you should get. Oh well, see, don't.
No,
let me see this one.
Too late now.
See if this one will open.
Plus, it is actually.
Why is it busting my truck?
It's slow. We're just gonna do a couple hours, right? An hour or more. We've been on, We've been on 52 minutes.
Hey, Singe, have
you know what I don't like about this computer? It doesn't let you know, to wait. It's actually doing something. I guess that.
We have requests for slow sidewalks.
No, I'm saying I'm used to the ones when they used to turn into an hourglass, right there, and it's like waiting. It's like hourglass. No fucking hourglass on this one.
That's a long time ago. Now it's like the ring of death.
To an hourglass.
Yeah, back in that's a long time ago. They used to do that.
Dude, it hasn't been an hourglass. It hasn't been an hourglass in a long time, dude.
How did they?
Well, that's what I remember. So that's how long it's been for me since.
How did they make?
I know.
Back in the day, how did they have somebody sit there and count the sand and then make sure it was right on an hour and then you
those are the big ones. Remember, those big ones
stand out.
They were giant ones, dude. Yeah, they were an actual hour.
The one on Spaceballs.
Michelle.
Yeah, Spaceballs.
Right. She found all.
But they
found all these banks, right? All these banks.
But they wait. Sorry, they were waiting around for the whole hour,
banks, right?
Yeah.
Throughout the whole world, right? And they all look the same, right? So check this out. Look at this one. This one is Utah, right? You see how it has this conical tower here with a conical, almost like mushroom type of roof right here on the corner.
Almost like
on the corner.
Looks like
like Russian almost.
Yeah, that was like that. Research in Russia yesterday.
Speaking of Spaceballs, dude, that's like the helmet on what's his name's head, bro.
Yeah.
Lord, what was it? Lord Helmet. Rasta. Spaceballs.
Who was that?
I used to love that movie with the shorts.
About those dates.
The Schwartz
places. You said that they all look the same.
Well, dude, the guy was like Fauci. The guy was like, "My Schwartz is bigger than yours."
So
It's
that
like
one-
Dr. Fauci.
He's a dirty little graveler.
Yeah.
He had the Schwartz, which was like the chutzpah.
This one is
Yeah,
in
the chutzpah because he was.
Abbeville.
Yeah,
Look, this is another bank. Look, it's basically the same, dude. It's on the corner. It's got the conical tower. You know, this one has two. You see what I'm saying? But they just painted. They just gave that one a paint job. All right.
The entrance
Ready?
looks like a bank here.
That's in a different spot. Now look at this one.
New
Look
facade.
at this. Also a bank. Look, this is also a bank. This is in Oklahoma. You see what I'm saying? It's got the conical tower with the conical roof right there in the
We
corner.
got something like that.
Isn't
There's
that? They're almost the same. They're almost the same.
armory.
Then
Yeah.
we should start being able to like relate buildings to different like chips on the circuit board. You know, like each style of building probably has its own function on the circuit board.
Exactly, Rasta. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying
Dude,
to.
that
just
right there
looking to
looks
see
exactly like the other one.
Similar.
That looks exactly like the other one that we were
The
just
other
talking
one, yeah.
about. Yeah, except for it just has less
This one's
windows,
important.
but like that's like what are
And
these?
are
Like
all
what are these
different
based?
banks.
Yeah, what are they based off of?
Banks.
What's the architecture? What's the architectural you know what I'm saying? The architectural so-called
They weren't.
quote unquote.
Look,
Yeah.
There's
It's
another
one.
its
Saying?
purpose. Yeah, its function.
they're
Yeah, there's something going on with that.
Petersburg, Illinois. It's like the
Dark
banks
Town.
took
Petersburg.
these particular buildings.
That's a cool picture. I like the
Like-
sky around
like
it
dark.
in that picture. Looks really cool.
Yeah, that's fake. That's fake. That's not real sky.
That's fake. Is it-
Yeah.
This
I mean, I don't know if it's
this
fake. It's
building- this
it's
building right here. It wasn't always a bank.
You
It
think
wasn't
they
always a bank.
photoshopped
The
that?
banks took these buildings for themselves.
yes.
I
No,
think
I'm
it's
Ray,
saying
you're
it
right.
was- it had
Banks
some
took
other
over-
purpose before.
Just like churches did. Churches took over buildings and banks. Yeah.
And
that's
what do
true.
banks control? They control a currency, which is just like an electrical current. And so the currency, you know, is like that's
They
the
took the
place where the
buildings for
currency. That's like
and gave
a
us
processing unit for the
Look,
currency
here's another one.
of the circuit board. And that's the whole bank's purpose.
Look, this one has more of a dome.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at
got a
the
dome.
archways.
Can you
It's
zoom in
got a
on that or
dome,
no?
dude. It looks like tech right there.
Hold on. What?
No, this is these.
Some
are
of these they
Is that
look like, it's
copper?
probably like
Is
Look,
that-
this is what Michelle's been,
one of the only buildings on the street.
looks
Michelle's been
copper.
doing this.
Is that copper? It looks copper.
I can go
Anyway.
back to it. Look,
So if you
this one's
save
a
those
castle looking one.
pictures- if you save those
Kind of.
pictures in your-
And look at the
in
5G tower right behind it there. And over.
your- if you put
Yeah,
those
that was
pictures
Power.
in there, you can make them bigger.
I can make them bigger. Is
Shorts.
that what you're saying? I can make them
Singe.
You have to
Lord
save them in
helmet.
paint, right? Or save them in a.
Dark.
Singe. What was that?
That was Lord Helmet.
Dark.
Oh.
Dark helmet. It's dark helmet.
Oh yeah, Darth helmet. Yeah.
Darth
Dark.
Helmet.
Dark.
It's like a weapons
No,
arm.
it was. That's got to be a. That's got to be one of those
Bank.
effects. There you.
No, it was always Darth, like Darth Vader.
No.
Dark dig.
Dark.
Dark helmet. Yeah, dark.
Dark Helmet. Okay, that makes.
Yeah. No, you're right. It wasn't
And then,
Darth.
but then his soldiers, they would call him Lord Helmet. They'd be like, "Yes, Lord Helmet."
There's the
Oh, okay, you're right.
I like the scene where he's playing with the Spaceball toys, and
They
then-
did. They said
On his
Lord
ship.
Lord helmet.
It's almost like buildings with like if the capacitor took up like 4 cities and then they kind of took away half the capacitor.
It's what's underneath all this stuff that would be really interesting. That's why I'm saying we need to start going underground into the tunnel. We need to go in the sewers.
That
Hey,
LiDAR,
Ryan just posted one of your videos too.
with that LiDAR seems non-invasive.
The Ninja Turtles went into the sewers. They had layers down there and shit. I'm sure there's
The Ninja
stuff
Turtles,
down there.
The Ninja Turtles live down there with Splinter. The Ninja Turtles
Right.
live down there with Master Splinter.
Dude, Sean's right though. You should.
Right.
Have you looked up lidar before, Ray? Do you even know what that is, Ray?
Ley
It's
lines?
like radar, right? It's a type of light. A type
No,
of
it's
laser?
it's like you
Laser?
can
Is
see
it
on the
laser, right?
drone.
Is it
It's
a
bouncing.
laser type radar? You said LADAR?
Is it the heat
LiDAR.
sinking stuff?
It
LiDAR.
reveals stuff.
Heat sinking?
It reveals everything basically.
I don't know.
There's no,
It's
like,
LiDAR.
you
No,
hide-
it's
Not really.
you can't hide from LiDAR. It's like
LiDAR. You can see like through like forests and like you can see what's underneath like burial grounds. You can see anything like in like certain. It's like yeah. It's like what do you call it?
Weird shit like that.
It's like X-ray. It's like X-ray vision. Listen, it's like X-ray vision except for topography and like looking at like using a drone.
you gotta drag a thing so it bounces, or you gotta send and receive signal.
Yeah, you can see through like trees and even dirt and everything like that. You can see like ancient ruins. That's why you would like use LiDAR to see like mud floods, for example.
You can get down in someone's basement and point it sideways.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's like X-ray.
Or Gaydar.
Yeah, or LiGator. Yeah, lies and gator.
Less rolling. There are rollerblades probably involved in LiDAR.
Rollerblades
to keep you out of situations.
Rollerblades
You don't want to drag that equipment.
Yeah, there's rollerblades involved
with
the LiDAR.
Gaydar. Yeah, definitely.
No, but it's a thing. I don't know. Whatever. I don't trust it. It's just like satellites. Are there really satellites? Come on now. No, there's not.
Well, they're balloons. They're totally balloons,
of course.
Like they've admitted it before, and it's like it's so obvious now that
Satelloons. It's satelloons. Yeah.
Yeah. That they've even
from zero
they've
gravity.
even admitted that if there were some type their contingency plan, if there's alleged satellites fall out of the sky, their contingency plan is to release balloons up into the atmosphere and have them serve the purpose of satellites until they can get back online. So that's basically, they're like, if our fake satellites fall out of the sky, then we'll just use balloons like we're doing right now anyway.
Let's make a zero gravity snuff film and prove space is real.
Yeah.
They're already working on that.
So this is all stuff that Michelle dug up.
That's pretty crazy, bro. My girlfriend started looking up, like, taking pictures of chemtrails and stuff after I told her about it.
Yeah, I was watching some of my videos. I call them electric spiders.
Michelle's good at the buildings, dude. She finds me a lot of Mudflood stuff, dude.
That's cool. Does she believe?
Stuff.
Hey, Ray, does she believe the Earth is level? Is she a flat earther level flat? Is she part of the flat gang?
Just wait.
That's horrible. You have to ask like, I'm single, right? Well, I have to ask the girl like, are you a flat earther?
She doesn't care though, right? Yeah.
But she doesn't care about it. So
Carol's the same way.
Dude, I would pretend to be around her. I would pretend. That's horrible. I'm a bad person. I would pretend to not be a flat earther.
This isn't.
That'd be hard to do.
Where is this?
So 7 weeks after the death of King Ludwig in 18... Sean, I'm reading, dude. I'm reading. You just interrupted me. 7 weeks after the death of King Ludwig II in 1886, Neuschwanstein was open to the public. The Shy King had built the castle in order to withdraw from public life. Now vast numbers of people came to view his private refuge. Today, Neuschwanstein is one of the most popular of all palaces and castles in Europe. Every year, 1.4 million people visit the castle. Okay? So the Fairy Tale King, this is a castle over in Germany, and a bunch of people visit it. Look at it. It's on the side of a fucking mountain. Okay?
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's cool. That's cool, dude.
That would be badass to go there.
Yeah, Neuschwanstein.
Schwanstein.
Bear Schwanstein.
That sounds great.
I'll move there. I heard Germany's nice, dude. I heard they have like utopias. It's like really big there. Like there's a lot of people who live there. There's so many people who live there that nobody has to work in some communities where, yeah, they got it. They got some nice
dude, yeah. There's tons of. They're doing all the free. There's a lot of free energy. Like they have tons of. Dude, it's
free
so funny.
healthcare for everybody.
Well, that's
Every
not. It's
citizen
not.
gets health care.
When they say it's free, it's not
It's not
free,
like
bro.
I've seen a lot of that stuff, you know, like it's just,
It's not free.
it's
Hey,
not
I don't
free.
know. I've never been there.
And they've opened, a lot of these countries
is
over
good.
there have opened up their borders to mass migration, and it's totally ruined the culture in those areas. I don't know about
No.
all of Germany,
When they
but I
say-
know, other places over there like Denmark and,
When they say free, it means like half of your taxes. Half of your taxes go to the healthcare, which means it's free.
Well, look at this. This looks like it's ground level on the
Half of your income.
front porch, dude, right here. This looks like it's the front porch, right? When you look
Work
at it,
is
dude,
good.
it's not the front
Slavery
porch. That's the
is
side
not.
of a fucking cliff.
So that used to probably be a whole city
That's the
right
side
there
of
where
a
that
cliff
cliff
right
was,
there.
where that,
Look at this
the
picture,
rest of
and you're
where
like,
that
oh, cool.
whole just like empty space is right there. That was probably all a flourishing town right there, and it just got blown away or just like fallen into a giant.
Maybe this whole thing.
Yeah, that whole area was
Maybe
probably
this whole thing
a massive
is a
city.
giant melted castle.
I was gonna say it's not melted, is it?
Building. This whole thing was probably a castle.
Oh, you mean up above it? Oh, you
melted,
mean
and
like
then all this stuff.
they rebuilt
See,
maybe?
what's
and then
your
all this
take
stuff
on the mountains being sleeping giants, where they've laid down and you can actually, a lot of them, that's why they're called like the face of the mountain. Looks like a face laying down. Even that one right there, that looks like a dude's head right up there,
Dude,
laying down
Roscoe,
on
I've
his
seen
side.
that. I've seen mountains look like faces, like
Just think about it
a
like this.
lot, like a lot.
To build this castle, to build this
personally.
castle, when they said they built it, like when are they saying they built this thing? Like, let me see.
That's what I'm wondering,
even
Ray.
say
Is
it.
when they built it? They
Like,
probably built it in late 1886.
How did they get?
1886.
Yeah, that's not when they built it though.
Oh, is that when they said they
That's
first?
just some bullshit number.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's 7
yeah,
weeks
yeah.
after the death. Some bullshit number thrown in.
Yeah.
But listen, what they're doing is, look, how could they get all this shit up, the materials and shit from way down here all the way up the side of a mountain and build this fucking thing with no technology, with a horse and a buggy or like a mule or whatever the fuck they were using? Well, how do you think they did that?
Yeah.
They didn't do it, dude.
Good question.
It was already
good question.
there. It was already there, and it didn't melt like the rest of it, and they probably just touched it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like to see him do it now.
Hey Ray, you guys,
right?
did you guys talk about that? You said like living rocks and stuff like last night. What happened to your show last night, Ray? Did you take it down, or is it on Odyssey now? It was David M. and Voynich. Oh, did you guys say something?
Yeah, it's okay.
Did you guys say something wrong though?
No,
you took it off.
Yeah, I took it off because of the medical information. I don't
I got you.
Medical. If anybody medical information, I just take.
No, we're not doing that. No, don't do that on YouTube.
Yeah,
nope.
No. Follow your doctor's recommendations and always listen to the CDC guidelines when it comes.
Yes, because they know.
I'm not about to give anybody advice because.
Keep your mask on until they lift the mandates in your area. Wait till the very last minute.
We can just stop now. But I wanted to ask though. Did you guys, Ray? I missed it. Everyone, hold on, Ray. I missed it. Did you guys talk about like how mountains are like? It looks like, dude. I've seen faces in mountains. A lot of them, like side by side, even like where they were like side by side faces.
There's a lot like that. And then the one that looks like the giant woolly mammoth, I forget the name of that mountain.
I don't know. I'm talking about just it's not like a whole mountain. I'm saying like parts of a mountain, like in Sedona and then like in Georgia and in like a lot of places I've been to, like where it looks like there's faces in the mountain, like on the riverside or on the mount like a waterfall. Like there'll be a waterfall and there'll be like faces.
So you're saying the stones are crying out?
No, I'm not saying
they could have been just giants that got just frozen there. Like
something.
I mean, because if you read the Book of Enoch and things like that, and even like other historical texts,
I have read the Book of Enoch. Yeah.
The Sumerian writings and things like that. It definitely clearly talks about giants here, and some of them, were
Of
like
course, yeah.
10 feet tall. Some were 30. Some were probably like even like 1,000 feet tall. Like they were just so big, like they could step.
Yeah,
Walk to.
there's measurements of ways of the taller, bigger ones, like the actual real big giants. They were like
It's
I don't even know.
mentioned in other
I found
books too,
something.
right?
Let me
It
read
dep-
this real quick. Let me read this. All right, this is the castle we were just looking at. The municipality of Schwago lies the Schwangau lies the. Let's see.
It
What
sounds
that is.
like
Oh, there you
Austin Powers
Okay.
is castle.
All right. 800 meet, whatever that stands for. All right. Southwest border of the German state of Bavaria. But right here, in the Middle Ages. Okay. First of all, we don't know, the Middle Ages. We're not sure. We're not sure about the Middle Ages. We're even the Dark Ages. We're not even. All right. So this is the Middle Ages, right? The medieval period, right? 5th to the late 15th century. All right, 3 castles overlook the villages in the Middle Ages, okay? Which is the Renaissance age. Okay, one was called Schweinstein Castle in 1832. Ludwig's, that's the castle we've been looking at. Ludwig's father bought its ruins to replace them with the comfortable neo-Gothic palace known as, so it's a comfortable palace now? So it was finished in 1837, but they didn't say when they started it. 1832. So it took them 5 years. It took them 5 years to fix up the ruins. 5 years to replace the ruins, whole ruins of a castle on the side of a cliff. Does that even make sense? Look at it. 5 years it would take you. It would take you way longer than 5 years. If this castle was in ruins on the side of a cliff like that, wouldn't it take you a long?
I mean, it depends how many people you have working on it. It's like you'd have to have an army of like, if you had like
drywalled, that would be insane. Just drywall alone.
I mean, because
products up there.
I've watched them put up some apartment complexes and even skyscrapers downtown pretty quick. But they have those cranes, and they have dump trucks that bring in the truckloads of cement. Where do they even get all the bricks from? Like, where were they making all the bricks? Like, where are the brick factories?
I heard stories. They brought them across seas.
We've looked into the brick factories. Hold on one second. I'll tell you. The ruins above the family palace were known in the Crown Prince. When the young king came to power in 1864, the construction of the new palace. So they took two ruined palaces and put one new one in its place. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Take down 2 towers and put a new one in its place. That's what they did in here. They took down 2 palaces and put one new one instead. All right.
It was a part-time job.
Yep.
All right. So you were saying just now what were you just saying? There was something you just said. Oh, about the brick factories, right?
Yep.
Factories. We've looked into the brick manufacturers. They call them brick manufacturers. And we're finding that like they tell you a certain manufacturer made a certain amount of bricks in a year, or whatever year they made a certain amount of bricks that year, you can find out. And then you look at the buildings they made, and you count all the bricks, and you realize that they're not adding up. There's way more bricks in those buildings than.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like there's got to be way more bricks than any brick. Like even all the brick makers could make in like 100 years. And some of these cities are just completely. There's bricks everywhere you look.
We have no idea how many times they've been reused. Have no idea.
And I mean, think about how like shipments they didn't have trains to bring them. They didn't have any, like, how are they getting these bricks to these areas? Like, what kind of carts are they using too? I mean, the buggies that they use had to have had some type of weight limit, and bricks are heavy. You couldn't fit like huge pallet loads of bricks. I mean, how are they even strapping all the bricks together when they transported them? Like they would, if it's a bumpy road, which they didn't have paved roads back then. So like the roads would be so bumpy, the bricks would just fall right off the cart unless they were strapped on.
Look.
Slave.
Yeah, but look at this, Rasta. This is the castle. This is the construction photos. Look at this. This is them building it. Look what they saying they did. Is this even real?
And see, a lot of times they'll put the scaffolding up after it's done to make it look like they're doing stuff to it, when in reality, this is just they're either doing like outside renovations to what's already there.
They could have photoshopped. They could have photoshopped the scaffolding.
Pretty impossible because I mean, nowadays if you're going to do construction like that, you'd have to get out an excavator and you'd have to, dig down to firm foundation on the rock there and get someplace where you could, really get a good foundation in for like all that weight that's on top of the building structure. And there has to be a good foundation there, or else the whole thing, it would buckle under the pressure.
A lighthouse? Is this a lighthouse right here on the side there?
I don't know. It might even go into the mountain there. It might like.
So was this the top of a building, and this is all a melted building right here? The rest of it melted, and this part is still sticking up.
Who knows? See, that's where I don't know if the melting thing, because like, why wouldn't all the rest of it melt if everything else melted? Why does everything else look so nice?
Maybe it's a different material. Maybe it cooled down, right? Maybe the waters above fell in from the firmament and cooled it down and made everything all muddy right in time. Maybe it was like melting. It melted right up to this part, and then the waters came in and cooled everything down. And this is what got left. What they they salvaged what was left. I think the heat caused the. This is what I think. I mean, I don't have any proof, but I think the heat from the melt caused the firmament to crack and let the waters from above in to cool it down, like some sort of natural cooling system, like something the earth does. That's what I think's going on, but who knows?
Is this the same building though? Right. Sorry, I missed it. The same building?
Yeah. This is the same building. This is in Germany.
So they're building. Yeah.
The construction photos of them build fixing the ruins, I guess, right? That's what they said.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think that's what they did, bro. They reconstructed things that something happened, and they reconstructed certain things, and they said, "Oh, this is brand new." No.
It'd be cool, like if we were allowed to travel still without having to have certain passports. It'd be really cool to get a huge group together to go on like a huge tourist vacation to a lot of these sites.
Yeah. Dude, I ain't going on no plane, bro. No more.
Check them out.
I'm not going on no plane because they're gonna make me wear a mask, and I don't want to give them money.
Yeah.
Do I want American Airlines?
We don't want to
unless
fight
I have
to.
Unless I had to, though.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I did it, and I didn't have to wear the mask. Most of the time, I did just
Oh yeah, when you went to Flatoverfest.
Yeah, and it wasn't near as bad as I thought it was. It was cold. It still sucks.
I know.
It's a miserable experience seeing everybody in these zombie masks. Like today, I went to the mall, and they don't even require you to have the mask on there. And I don't ever go to the mall, but
I don't either. I hate it.
It was raining, and my daughter needed to use the restroom, and so and the mall has nice restrooms, so we stopped in there.
That's true.
They don't require the mask there, but
World
War II.
Yeah, I don't want to change
World
the subject. But this castle was in World War II. This is in Germany, so this is probably important. Due to its secluded and strategically unimportant location, the palace survived the destruction of 2 world wars. Until 1944, it served as a depot for Nazi plunder. Oh, look, there's the Nazis. Look, they're the art. Was stealing of art and other items which occurred as a result of the European countries. So they were taking down all
the Nazis would go after relics, like holy relics and different types of things, like witchcraft things and like things of all different types of just metaphysical items.
Supposedly, yeah.
And this all reminds me of the TV show, The Man in the High Castle. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it's a really awesome show. It's on Amazon, which I hate Amazon, but the show is really dope. There's like 4 seasons of it, and it's set where it's kind of like it's different parallel universe or dimension where the Nazis actually won the war, and the United States is occupied by half of it's by Germany, and the west coast is occupied by Japan. And
Dick, the book.
All right, but
the author.
so I want to make sense out of
I
this.
think I heard of that,
So it was
Rasta. Alternate reality.
So yeah, I know what you're talking about, Rasta. I know what
they
you're
have
talking
some
about.
castles in that show though that remind me of this. Like they're all camped up in Germany in these castles like this in the show.
So this is a sub-organization of the Nazi Party, the Estein. I'm not even gonna try. The castle was used to catalog the works of arts. So this was like an art castle. After World War II, 39 photo albums were found in the palace. Let's see what that says. World War II involved was a majority of the world's countries. Yeah, we already know what World War II is. All right. Nazi Party. The castle was used to catalog the works of art. In April, the SS considered blowing up the palace to prevent the building. So this is what was going on, dude. A lot of people here, this is why I looked this up. A lot of people here, there's a theory. There's not a lot of people here. There's a theory out there. Okay, we'll put it like that. That World War II was all done just to destroy these buildings. There's videos of the SS and the Nazis going around and just.
It's not a theory, dude. They did destroy buildings. Right?
And that even reminds me of like watching footage of them.
You're right about
what it says right here. SS considered blowing up the palace to prevent the building itself and artwork it contained from falling to the enemy. So they were gonna blow this one up, dude. It's probably because it was too high up. They probably couldn't get to it or something.
Well,
the plan was not realized by them.
And that even reminds me of like what's going on right now in Ukraine. You know, it's like I can't help but to wonder like how many of those buildings like they're trying to destroy because they're maybe
Ukraine. We're gonna get into Ukraine. I have some stuff to show on that. At the end, we're gonna do it. The war palace was surrendered and undamaged to representatives of the Allied forces. The Allied, all right. So basically, they surrendered it at the end, and they didn't bomb it. Okay. So this.
Oh, so it's still. Is it still? Is it still there? Is this place still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Huh. Maybe there's. Oh, okay. That's weird.
There's probably some cool hidden tunnels and stuff underneath it.
Oh, dude, of course there is.
Look at this thing. What is that a statue of on the roof? Who is that? Is that somebody they taught us about in school? Is that a Greek god? Is it one of our gods? Is it? Well, we only have one god, but you know what I mean? Is it our god? Is it anything we know about? Have they ever taught us about this guy at school? That's what I'm saying. They never taught us about whoever the fuck this is. We have no idea who this is.
I can't see you. You're too far away.
I bet you in Germany, they don't know either.
Is that building or that little thing on the side? Is that the outhouse?
Who is
St.
that?
George, baby. Boom.
St. George.
Moving on. Look, there's a dragon, dude.
Is that a dragon? And then that's a horse of the apocalypse, right? Is that he's riding one of the horses of the apocalypse and he's slaying the dragon?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it seems kind of like
I've
that.
got a Bob Marley album cover just like that, where he's riding a horse and slaying the dragon. I can grab it real quick. Actually, let me see.
We saw that.
That looks like the tattoo that Cindy's drawing. It's this one, the gatehouse. Oh, it's got the Tartarian shield with the lions. It looks like, the Jesus. All right. So
what's funny, right? You can say Jesus all you want.
Yes, check this. The Bob Marley.
It's not his real name.
Look at this.
I know. I say.
Oh, that was the
time, dude.
No, it's fine because it's not his real name, bro. It's Yahusha, or it's not Jesus. I can tell you that. Anyway, what is this, Rasta?
It's a Bob Marley album cover. Confrontation, and it's just like the St. George. It's the same. He's riding a horse and slaying the dragon.
Oh yeah. So it must be a famous design. This is the inside. Look at the chandeliers. How did they hang them? Look at this shit.
I already told you how they hang the chandeliers, bro. You build a building on top, and you hang a chain. It's not that hard. That's what I don't understand how hard it is to understand that part. You hang a chain, and you put a chandelier on the chain from ground level, and then you bring it, raise it back up. Chandelier is easy.
You see the
Easy debunk.
You ever seen the halos like this around the people? You know what that means? You see how around their heads, how they have
like sainted. That's what they would call sainted people.
Is that what it's called? Is that what?
Yeah, saint, like saints, like you.
Yeah. Well, I heard that people think that I've heard a theory that people really used to look like that. Like after they get to a certain point, when you raise your vibrations up to a certain level, you start becoming illuminated. What do you think?
No, that's like auras. Like that's people talk about auras.
But they do depict.
No, but he's saying they
people
physically, you could see them. Everybody could see them glowing.
You could see it.
Back in the day when we,
back in the day when we knew.
Feel it. Like,
there's been times though where I've just been energized, or I felt like I was glowing, or it's like I could almost
like bedroom.
Got my finger like.
Dude, that's way nicer than any bed I've ever slept in. Look at that. I'm just saying, look at it. That's the bedroom.
Yeah, it's pretty legit.
Dude, look, they got like, what is this? What is going on? They got like little. Look, they're making out up there. They're making out up there. Look at them. Ooh. And then they got like
some suggestive artwork, and
Yeah, right.
What to do in that room?
Clean that all the time, I guess.
It's
really
what's this one?
I'm more of a Spartan.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. Look, they got naked people on the wall, but that's fine.
Less is more.
What is he doing? I don't know. I don't.
Singe, are you saying less is more? Singe, are you saying less is more? Less is more. I say it all the time. Less is more.
You all right? You hanging in there? Singe, how you doing?
I love the phrase "less is more." That's all. That's all. That's all.
All right. So that was the pictures I got of the palace. I'm just going through everything I got. All right, 25 facts about this place. Michelle really did her research on this.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, it gave us something to do. At least something to screen for. Like, I love having these shows so we can all talk and chill and stuff. But the people that are actually watching, they want to see some. They want to see some truth. So their dates are all different everywhere I look. All right, I'm not even going to deal with that. I don't even want to deal with that one. It's taking. Oh, well, fuck it. It's taking too long. Oh, what's this one? That one. I think that one was good. It booted me out. It just booted me out. I didn't leave. Piece of shit. I didn't press like to leave. Fucking asshole. All right. Luckily, this is the last one for me to share for now. Until we get more stuff to look at. Explained. Let's see. Whose was this? Was this? Oh yeah, I got two more to go. Too legit to play. Look at this. How the Assyrians laid the blueprint for future empires. Okay, let's see about this. Let's see what this is all about. Here's why Romans, Mongols, and British modeled their empires. Oh, this is all bullshit, is what this is. This whole thing is bullshit. None of this shit is Roman, Mongol, or British. Okay? It's all a bunch of bullshit. They're lying. All right, so this is I see what she found here. So basically, this is like a mainstream thing that Michelle found, but it's probably got some cool stuff in it still. You know, take out the don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. What's this? Capital Nimrod, the capital of the Assyrians. So Assyrians, what the fuck is that? The word Assyrian comes from the city of Assur, also known as Asher. The city gets its name from the warlike deity of the same name. Assur was the chief god of the Assyrian people. So it's a lowercase g god. It's basically a satanic god. That this place is their god. So these people are worshiping Satan, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. None of the pictures are coming up. Come on, man. I'll give it a second. I won't move. It's still. If the pictures come up, this will be good. Yeah, I'll wait. I've been waiting here all day, computer. Be cool if you could just talk to the computer and be like, "Come on, what do you need me to get you?" You know? Oh, here we go. We got some rock carvings.
Hieroglyphics.
That's crazy. You see what this is?
It's like some giants.
Dude, this is a tank. Look, that's a cannon.
Oh, it's got wheels,
right?
Huh? What the hell?
This
It's
is
a
a
brick
vehicle.
tank? It's a tank made out of brick.
A brick tank.
What the?
A brick tank, dude. You're right. Right? It's got so basically what they're describing.
Or have you heard that?
All right, it has a metal
moving castle.
Listen, this is what they did. They took a metal moving castle.
Yeah, the theory where the whole castles can move. And there was that movie that came out like a year or two ago. It was so stupid looking, but like it was like the whole city was on wheels and the cities were battling each other on wheels. What does anybody know the name of it? It was like I gotta find the name of it.
Yeah, we gotta find that one. Figure it out. We'll look it up. Look at this.
Something engine.
Look at
Something
this.
engine.
The whole city was on wheels.
Yeah,
Look, you see
it was a movie where the cities were on wheels, like.
Oh, multiple cities, like neighboring cities.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see here.
Mortal Engine.
I read a book like that.
This dude is pointing down at the tank. This dude's pointing down at the tank. These dudes are getting ready to shoot at it. Look, they're ready to shoot.
Oh, here we go.
Thing.
It was.
This thing's gonna look. They're on top of the castle. Look, these dudes are in the top of the castle and they're shooting down at this thing.
Yeah.
This thing is breaking the castle right here.
See, look, I just found it right here. Look,
shooting at that.
This isn't the movie, but it's like very similar. That even looks like the tank right there. Look, it says "World where cities destroy a smaller city," and it's on wheels, and it's like a fucking tank right there. And it's a YouTube video. It's
forwarded to me.
Mystery recap. I can put it in the chat here. Actually, I'll put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. We'll bring it up.
Okay,
so the Mudflood, do they have wheels underneath? Would they have wheels?
Put in the private chat.
The Star Wars books are way better than the movie.
Anyway, who said that? Stinge? Singe?
I'm just gonna drop it in the main chat here.
Everybody used to say that. Everybody. I never read the books.
I can't get it from the main
Singe, you read the books?
I can only get it.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'll get it then. Here, hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, I heard that. Like the Star Wars movies are way better than the books, and the garbage movies.
So the sun's like really hot.
Oh wait, let me copy it.
Hold on, Singe. I can't hear. Are you talking? Singe, man, the man of Singe.
Copy. Private chat. And paste. And here's the first link right here. I just sent it.
Okay, cool.
But then I'm still trying to find this other movie I was talking about.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll bring this one up, and then I'll go back to what I was sharing, and then you can still look for yours. We just try to keep this going. We've been doing pretty good with the screen sharing tonight.
Mortal Engines was the name of the movie. Have you nobody heard of that or saw previews for Mortal
Engines? Immortal Engines?
Yeah, Mortal Engines.
Yeah, I heard of that, yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna drop that. I'll drop it. We can watch the preview for it. It's freaking
Drop the link.
All right, I gotta put it into the chat.
It's all right. I gotta preview on here. I think
copy it.
I don't think. I mean,
and then drop it.
Really good. So what's it? This is 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Of something. The one you just sent.
It might be a commercial. The first one, it's probably a commercial. So I'd muted it first.
Skip that.
Yeah.
But Ray, your screen sharing has been pretty tight tonight. I'm just saying.
You're on point. All right, here's the second, the Mortal Engines.
Last night was terrible. Last night was bad.
In the chat. Here it is. Look at this shit. This is the same movie, so you can just like close this, or you can.
I remember this now. I remember the trailer of this. Yeah, I did.
Spoilers ahead. Watch out.
Yeah, you can. Well, you can talk. Let them talk about this one. Actually, this will be good.
Is set far in the future. At the beginning of the movie, a voice tells us about the most devastating war mankind has ever faced in history.
All right, so he just said, you heard him. We got to talk over him. The most devastating war in history.
Sounds pretty familiar.
Minutes, but shattered the Earth's crust into 1,000 pieces that rearranged.
Shattered the Earth's crust into 1,000 pieces that rearranged.
Crust.
The remaining humans formed mobile cities.
You gotta make it full screen.
Mobile cities.
Go over the right-hand corner, make it full screen.
On wheels.
Hey, did you watch this movie, Rasta?
No, I haven't. I just saw the preview.
I saw the previews for it, but yeah, it's intriguing, dude.
Yeah, I might have to watch it now. Look at that. The whole city's on wheels.
All right, so I'll mute it. Yeah, look at that shit, huh? Look at it. What has she got there? What kind of tech is that, dude?
It looks like some of that
about yet?
Antiqua technology.
Dude, that's stereographic video. Like that's stereographic. That's double video. Anyway, whatever.
Look at it. Look at it. Yeah. What if these things did move?
Yeah, they're like Britain, and there's gonna be like a Russian one, and they're all just move. Their whole city moves. And look how well it functions. Like every part of the city has a purpose.
Yeah, that one city's hunting the other city.
It's not a city, right? It's more like a. Is it
they're
really
cities.
A city?
They're all cities.
Okay.
The big ones exist completely on them.
Yeah, they're all moving.
Yeah, they're actually hunting that city down.
Oh, that was Putin. That was Putin.
Yeah, he's going after the Ukraine.
Shoot the harpoon.
Wow.
Yeah, it just swallowed it up.
Dean, what if some of these brick buildings just opened up and wheels came out of them like this, and then they just took off? What is that?
What is that? Those are freaking. What do you call it?
Those are minions.
Minions? What, dude?
Yeah,
what? How did I miss that part? How did I miss that part?
Statues, probably because from like an old time or something, or.
Wow.
One city eats the other city and turns it into a good war.
This movie's deep. I'm gonna have to watch it, especially since it starts out like they had a huge war.
Where did you first hear about this movie? Because I remember seeing this at the movie theater years ago. Years ago, though.
It was like, a few years ago. Yeah, it wasn't that many years ago. I don't remember when it came out.
Like two.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying. Well, the preview's a year old. or maybe a little over a year old. So yeah, it's not that old of a movie. And the way they do it, they put things in movies, like they put a lot of truths in movies because it's a way for them to cast their moves.
I know.
Like that's like an EMP or what the
Medusa?
It's the externalization of the hierarchy is what it is. When the Satanists have this rule where they feel like they have to tell you, you have to consent to it. They have to tell you what they're doing.
That's part of their contract. They have to play by a set of rules.
It's true. They have to tell you, so then and
everything's by our own consent. Like if you look at what happened these last couple of years, they didn't force you to do anything. You had to do it by your own consent.
Remind me to show that when we get after we're done showing all this kind of stuff, remind me that I have something about Russia and Ukraine I want to show. Okay.
All right.
At the end.
Well, no problem. We've been talking about this for weeks now, Rasta. Think about that. We've been talking about this for weeks, bro.
Yeah, I've been ready.
Well, now we're here. But anyway, this is very interesting, dude. And I forgot all about this, brother. Like I haven't thought about this. I mean, I don't think about these movie clips, trailers. I saw a trailer. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's and a lot of these movies people overlook, but there's a lot of good shit inside of them that deserves a little bit of attention. And I'm very picky with movies and
there's a fine line. You're right. There's a fine line between what you waste your time on and what you don't waste your time on. And also though, what they put out and what like a few people see, but then they kind of relay the information. It's I don't know. It's very confusing.
Well, and I feel like your mind has to be primed a certain way in order to like take in the information and not just be entranced by the movie you're watching. It's really easy because they've mastered the sensory arts to where like the sounds that they use in the movies and the light flashing and stuff, like
music,
the Ultra programming is just so on point with especially with the newer televisions that are out. Like they've mastered that, and like video games, for instance, how like the controllers vibrate when you're playing them. It's all just to like it's all to stimulate you in certain ways, and it's modern warfare. That's why even like the Call of Duty game is called Modern Warfare. It's like their new weapons that they use. I mean, it's like they go
they're telling you right there,
destroying a whole generation. And making it to where they're just wasting their time away playing video games.
Yeah.
And training them to be, bloodthirsty killing soldiers.
That's true too. Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question, Singe. Go ahead, Singe. You play video games, Singe, or do you just you don't play video games, do you? Yeah. Singe is the oldest. He's the oldest.
Life is too much.
The other spectrum, they make victims too. They make the people who are vulnerable to the people who they make that are monsters. They make the spectrum.
Oh, and I was thinking too. I had this theory on video games that like, what if like the characters in those games are real, and you're just like in another dimension, and you're going in there and just blasting people away, and in this dimension, it just is a game, but in that world, it's real. There's this, what's the movie? It's called...
it's not real.
There's a movie they made with a guy, what's his name? He's like a normal guy, NPC in the game.
Good. What's his name? Freeman. I saw that. I actually watched that movie.
Yeah, that movie's badass, but like that's under that pretense that, like, that the characters in the game are real.
Well it's like they live, though. He put the glasses on like they live.
I'm going to take a 2-minute break.
As long as they know New England's here to stay, I did my job. It started as a dream. Look at how I live it. Welcome to my city where no sins are forgiven. Star gang, it's a movie, cameras rolling while we winning. If there's anything fame taught me is don't ever trust these women. I said, bitch, I rap New England. I do it for my region. Boston's in my veins, swear I'm rapping for a reason. Got these cold hard secrets, give your heart
made me everything I am. I did it for the city, not the world. Understand me, cause it's Boston till I die. R.I.P. Danny Star Gang. Throw my threes, did that from the beginning. I walk up in this game like the realest player in it. I do it for my city. Boston. I do it for my city. Boston. Way to go, die young. And hard work make it. I gotta put a song, cause my people tired of waiting. I do it for my city. Boston. I do it for my city. Boston.
Look, I was running these streets. We was burning spliffs and smoking. Ooh, hopping turnstiles back when there was still a token used. Neighborhood was full of hotheads, mixing coke and booze. Provoke them, there gon' be some smoking tools. That's how the culture moves. Came up fast and I broke the rules. What's a local dude now supposed to do when everybody got toast up a case? Look them in the face as they overdosing close to you. Gangsta out of the Star Gang, title hungry and starving. Fight for money and we hunt for G's. Check the pharmacies that we're robbing. Can't knock me off of my pivot. This is how I live it. Give it what I got. I don't give a fuck if it's ice cold frigid. The low digit blizzard in the middle of the dock. I keep moving on and hustling more. Obstacles, I crush them all. Keep fighting till they kill me round here. That's just the custom, dog.
Boston. Bosstown like Ducati gang, BB King in this. Brewing color stones in the chain, bitch. Ride through the town, loaded 4 pound. None mask on like your boy in the town, huh? It's a green light to that red light. On your forehead, make you see that white light. Right, got smoke with smoke. You got a date with death, might as well elope. We deep up in the town. Shout out to the townies, all the way to Southie, the whole Suffolk County, Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, South End. It's life for life, to my life end. Throw my threes, did that from the beginning. I walk up in this game like the realest player in it. I do it for my city. Boston. I do it for my city. Boston. Way to go, die young. And hard work make it. I gotta put a song, cause my people tired of waiting. I do it for my city. Boston. I do it for my city. Boston.
Everybody die, not everybody live. Everybody want, not everybody give. Yeah, no longer are we anonymous. LG in Boston been synonymous. The city where we hit pharmacists with the smartest people without common sense. Where we don't have small talk. One dog bark, all dogs bark. The home of the Mayor Menino, the home of the floor lords in Leno. Every city got Tech 9s and Mossbergs, but every city don't have the Wahlbergs.
B to the O-S-C-O and going out does. Cousin, show me love, cousin. I rep Boston like none other. I've been going in dumb, stupid, silly, retarded. I got a lot of haters, but they know I go the hardest. I promise. Talk about me up in every project. I'm making Boston famous, even though I come from Lawrence. Terminology, you know the name. Papa, BET, MTV. Can you say the same? Partner, get up on the track about it. Anybody living, anybody sipping. Send me got a vision. Ain't nobody feeling it, chillin' with 10 women. Ain't nobody killing it, illa the term is it. Shout out to my cousin, got a lock to prison. I'ma rock the shit until you're locking in. And I gone mad on the launch pad, ripping the ST to the dot again. Let's go.
Throw my threes, did that from the beginning. I walk up in this game like the realest player in it. I do it for my city. Boston. I do it for my city. Boston. Way to go, die young. And hard work make it. I gotta put a song, cause my people tired of waiting. I do it for my city. Boston. I do it for my city. Boston.
What's up? What's up? How you guys doing?
Boston representing.
Yeah. Those are real people from Boston, man. It ain't no bullshit. I know I've seen a lot of them. I've known them from performing around the city, and they really grew up in Boston. And they love, Boston. We have a lot of pride for Boston. We do. All right, let me see. So real quick, I just want to finish what I was sharing. Oh, didn't you say you had a second link you wanted me to share, Rasta Bear? Like I shared one link.
It was the actual preview for the.
Did you put it in the private chat? Put it in the private
second one. Yeah, it's in the private chat. You can see it. There's two links.
I only see one link in the private chat.
Okay, hold on. I'll drop the other one.
In the real chat is what you did.
I'll drop it right now.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, I'll just put it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Back on track here. Back on track.
It's in there, but can you play that, right?
It's a preview.
As long as it's not too long, and as long as we can like stop and talk over it.
Bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that last one was like 14 minutes, so I had to cut it.
Yeah.
It was gonna be longer, but I had.
Yeah, this one will pretty much put all that into 1.5 minutes.
I think the previews are all right because it's an advertisement for the movie. They want people to see it, right? It's a preview. But
yeah, I mean that's what you would think. I think previews are technically allowed. That's what somebody else was saying.
But the way YouTube is nowadays,
I gotta turn up.
Let me try to put the volume up.
See what they got saying.
No, when you're on a list, it's different. It's different than some person that's not on the list. Dude. Ray, you're on a list. You know it.
Well,
I mean, come
on. What do you mean a list? What do you mean on the list? What list? What are you talking about?
You're on a list where you can't.
I've heard people say.
We're all like all the truther people are on lists, dude. Come on now. What do you mean?
What list? Who has?
Dude, yeah, I have gotten strikes. Listen, really quick. I said, I'm not going to say
the strike list, the Google strike list, maybe. It would be.
Yes, exactly. Yes. I don't care what you call it. But what they will do is they will strike you.
Probably all right. So this is what you're saying. It's probably a list somewhere that Google has with all of our names on it. That they once you get a few strikes, they put your name on a list where you get a known strike person.
Here's one suggestion I was thinking for you too, is because you're multi-streaming on both your channels right now. What I would do is I would keep one channel as your reserve and just have it, for if you go, get strikes on your one channel, then you can have your other channel.
You want to
do that?
The beauty of me not using my cell phone, I don't have a cell phone. I use my girl's cell phone and all her shit to make these. Is neither one of these are really my channel. And in the end, if these channels go down, I'll just go to friggin' T-Mobile, get my own shit, get a fucking Google account, boom, and get my own. I'll just set it back up. It's fine.
But I'm just saying, like, there's no need to really multi-stream it on both channels because, like, then people are divided in the chat here. It's like there's a couple people on one, and then.
No, but you know why I do it? Because I have people. All right, on Michelle L, I have like I don't know, like almost 700, right? 640 something. I have it subs. And
dude,
on
Ray.
Boston Ray, I have like half that. I have like 300 and something. And when I go on Boston Ray. Yeah, Boston Ray is like Mudflood. Like people.
No, it's always more people. There's always more people in Boston Ray. So bring everyone there. Like consolidate. Ross is right, dude. Listen, Ross is right.
When I go live during the daytime, and I'm out and about.
That's fine. Yeah, do that on Michelle.
L. That's where people show up more. And
I see. The late night is the Boston. Oh, I got you.
I just do it. Listen, I have. On Michelle L, I have a lot of flat earth videos. I have a lot of videos about civil rights. I have a lot of videos about all kinds of stuff on Michelle. It's a mixed thing. So I get all kinds of people from all kinds of communities over there. On the Boston Ray Mudflood, people are starting to catch on that it's more than just a Mudflood channel. But people still think it's just a mud. Like when people see it, they think it's strictly just a Mudflood channel. So people that don't care about the Mudflood might not subscribe to the other one, because they think it's.
I thought that you should. You should do
I just called it that.
I thought you should. I thought you called it Mudfloods and more. You should go ... and more.
No, I'm gonna make more channels, dude. This isn't.
I'm just saying though. But by the way, dude, like.
I might get like 4 going at once, all different ones for all different topics. I'm working on it.
Ray gonna be Ray. Ray gonna do Ray.
This whole late night live thing is just so I can learn how to live stream and screen share and learn how to use my computer. Once I figure that out, it's all over. The game's over. Once I figure out how to use this computer and figure out how to live stream, you'll see. I'm gonna make a whole new show. I'm gonna make a whole new channels, whole new shows. I have all kinds of shit going on. I'm nuts, dude. I don't stop. I don't stop at one thing. You guys
Hold
haven't
on.
noticed
Boom. Boom. Raise nuts. He don't stop. Raise nuts. He don't stop. He raise nuts. He don't stop. Raise nuts. He don't stop. That was my best why I don't believe in like I don't think one man or one person or even 10 people thought about this.
See? Look, that's it right there.
There it is again.
Look.
Yeah.
Again. Yep.
Now look, ready? Oh, ready? It's the same.
Oh yeah, exactly, right there.
Side by side. Look, here it is. Here's the one in the movie, and here's the one in the Egyptian hieroglyph. Okay.
Oh, look, it's got the top. Look at that.
Look at it. All right, we'll go back.
This is quite the revelation here, actually. Like
Yeah, we're doing good. This is epic. Look at this.
Now look at the Capitol building. The Capitol building right there. The Capitol building, and then boom, the Capitol building on top.
On wheels, and it's ready to go attack.
And a dome right there. Look, ready? Look, there's some windows and a dome. And a dome. I don't know
Bro,
about
that's the Capitol building of USA. The USA. The USA.
No, that's an army tank. That's an army tank. That wasn't even a building.
And they're
I know, but it looks just like the Capitol building.
Like in the hieroglyphs, that looks like
you know what's going on.
So are you saying that the one, the hieroglyphs like show like these giant characters too? I think, don't they? It's like, or are they just standing up on another tower of another castle?
Like perspective? You think they're on perspective?
Like giants.
Here we go. Look, ready?
Look right there again. Again, Capitol building.
Boom! Same fucking thing as that.
Wow. And those buildings look like so many of the Tataria buildings that, and the old brick buildings that, you guys continuously studying that they using it.
Look at this. I feel like we're busting through the matrix right now.
Yeah,
they don't want us to make the connection that this is really something they got an idea out of friggin' fucking Egyptian hieroglyph.
They want you.
Yeah. I'd like to do like a bunch of
motherfucker. We figured it out, bitches. Look, we figured it out. Look, that's what you did, didn't you? You took that and you made it that. Pieces of shit. Luckily, my cat's not still alive.
Dead cat, dude. I thought you got rid of that dead cat.
Yeah, I thought you put a weed bud.
I'm working on it. I still haven't figured out really. No, you know why? Because it was Michelle's cat, and she doesn't think she has the picture. It's just a wallpaper.
Listen, that's the Capitol building. Look, okay,
yeah.
See that right there?
It looks like Big Ben too. Like, isn't that like the?
Kinda, yeah, but no, that's the Capitol building. I'm telling you, dude. Oh,
yeah, I've got to watch this movie now, and I'd like to watch like like the commentary with like the director, like on what they he
was just watching that,
or what they were putting into it, when they made that movie, like what. And I think there was a book about that movie as well. I'm not sure, but I need to.
Probably because there's usually books about a movie, and then the movie comes out.
Yeah, there's definitely that whole movie in comparison with that photo and probably others. It'd be interesting to find if there's other old hieroglyphs or whatever with brick buildings with wheels on them.
It makes me think about the carousel here. Like carousel.
I think the wheel.
It's like a wheel, kind of sideways.
Yeah, that's.
Oh wait, hold on. It's just Sean. Hold on, Sean. What? What, Sean?
The carousels. There's a carousel here.
Oh yeah. Are you
a big carousel
right now?
Well, I'm just trying to think. Where would they hide the wheels?
Oh, you mean like the gears? Like the gears for the carousel?
Well, another interesting movie that hides a lot of truth is the movie Transformers. And it's like
More than meets the eye. Transformers.
Like Armageddon type situation with the
I saw that coming.
He still dies in the beginning, right?
He still dies.
Who,
the Bumblebee,
Bumblebee.
Yeah, he dies in the original, right in the beginning.
I think he survives. He
I just
gets
want to
put
finish
back
the
together.
last pictures real quick.
Like Jason. Jason, did you
All
hear?
right,
I read a
this is
book with
what
Jason Voorhees where he was in space. Did you hear about that? But his hand or his body lands on a planet, and then the nanobots rebuild him.
What's this like? What is this? Like tablet? What is this? Books? Like what is this, guys?
It looks like
Do you know?
It looks like some
books,
tablets, like some ancient scripts, maybe like the Sumerian tablets or something.
I'm gonna read up what it is in a second, but listen, this is what I want to ask you guys real quick. This is the type of shit they say like they got the Bible from, right? All the holy books, like all right, like for example, the Book of Enoch. That was from the some of the pages of they found it in a few different places. It was like this. It was like I've seen it. It was like
Sea Scrolls and
it was like Dead Sea Scrolls. You're right. The Dead Sea Scrolls and somewhere else.
Yeah, somewhere in some mountain they found like a bunch in a cave. I think I think it was Afghanistan or Iran or someplace like that.
Or Africa, maybe somewhere in I don't know. I know. Yeah, it was exactly Rasta. Must have seen the same thing as you. But anyway, so what I'm thinking is this, right? How the fuck can these scientists, right, who we know are all full of shit anyway, right? We know it. We know they're full of shit, right? How the fuck can they take like a piece of clay like this and decipher it and then say, "Oh, this is the Bible," and then give it to us? Like, is there some type of science behind it? Is there some way of proving it? Like, because I question my faith in a lot of things.
I've thought that too. And also, who was the first person to sit down and translate these things? Like there was, like for the Sumerian texts, there was Zacharias Stitchin, which he sat down and it took him years to translate these texts that were these tablets. I forget the name. They had a certain name. They were the Sumerian tablets. But they were the ones like where he would, he talked about the Anunnaki and the, the different, the planet Nibiru was something else Zacharias Stitchin talked about. And
in Mesopotamia.
Ray, when you said that you're questioning your faith, I'm not much of a Bible person, but you hearing that,
not my faith, not my faith.
Well, just it made it like you saying that made it like it told me to where you have more faith than you believe in yourself, at least, right?
Well, I'm just wondering
because I say it too. I've said it too. Like I question my faith, but I'm saying that I've said that myself. But hearing it from you, it's like I know what you say when you say that.
Let me explain it. Let me explain it to you a little bit. I'm a little torn up, Sean, because I was baptized Catholic. Okay. I was brought up in the Catholic Church. I wasn't like in the church a lot. I didn't go to church at all, actually, because me and my little brothers were like crazy, and we would always fight and cause big like scenes at church, and we wouldn't sit down and be quiet. So my mom just stopped bringing us to church. But I didn't like it there anyway. But my whole life, I thought I was Catholic because that's what I was told. You're Catholic. You're Catholic. You were baptized. My whole family was baptized in the Catholic Church. My brothers, me. So then when I started hearing about, the Christians in the community, I started watching Photo Helix. I was watching Awakened Saint. I was watching Jesus Freak and all that whole group for a while. And I love it. I love the Christian faith. And I've been to Christian churches before. Like, I've been to Christian churches, all Christian Baptist, Christian churches all over the country. And they welcome everybody, And that's what I like about it. They don't want, you don't have to convert over to them. You could be Muslim and go to a Christian church and sit there and do whatever you want. They don't even care. So anyway, I thought that was really
Ray, you have faith. You have faith in yourself.
Listen, man. Listen. So I, how the Catholics put the Catholics put Jesus on the cross, right? That's the externalization of the hierarchy. That's all right. The Bible says the temple of God is within. So God is within, right? The Catholics want everybody looking for God on the outside. You know, you're never gonna find God if you're looking for him on a cross, like outside. You know, and also the Bible.
100 years before, he'd be impaled, and we'd have an impaled Christ. It was just 100 years before.
The Bible says that you shouldn't worship anything made out of wood or false idols or stuff like that.
Graven images.
So like the past, maybe
that's true. That's true. No graven images.
The Virgin Mary, like what?
I want to get into this. I want to get.
Go, Ray.
The past 7 years. I've been following the Christian stuff, right? I got a King James.
Did you say 7 years?
I have a King James Version Bible now. I used to have a new NIV. I used to have an NIV. You know what I'm saying? And so now I have two
NIV
Bibles.
is bad, Ray. NIV is bad. I would have burned mine, honestly. But anyway, go ahead.
I got mine in jail, so I kept it. But anyway,
oh no, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I've had it since 2005. I brought it to the court and everything, and they let me out. I was gonna take some time.
My mom gave me an NIV. My mom gave me an NIV, and I said, "Mom, this is not good."
Listen, I've been all right. So they want you to follow this book, right? And they tell you that, you know, Jesus was real. And I looked into that. He is. You can prove it. They have the Shroud of Turin in the Vatican. It's his blood. It's on the shroud. It's him.
Shroud of Turin,
Jesus was real. You know, so there is some truth. But then they tell you. Then they told me King James was a Freemason, and he was. And you know what? If you read the Bible, it seems like it's something the Freemasons could have wrote. And you know what else? And
not the whole Bible. Not the whole Bible.
No, I agree. Even Jesus was 33 when he died. Like 33. It's like, come on.
I want to know, how the fuck do we know? Not to swear. How do we know that this book is from God? Go ahead. Explain it.
I agree. Like Owen Benjamin earlier today went really hard at King James. You know, he brought up pictures of King James, and he's like, he was a flaming homo. Like, look at his clothes he wore. He was just like, it was just it would be like having the Barack Obama version of the Bible today. That's what it'd be similar to, like having.
So Scott,
Ray, I've looked at.
You're a really religious guy, right, Scott? Like, I've been talking to you a lot.
I'm not religious. I'm not religious. I believe in certain things. Yes, like about the real God, the Creator, and certain people that He sent. Like, for example, I will give you an example. King Selassie, right? He's like kind of like the Jesus of a modern day time. That's a Rastafarian, right? Jesus was he's a Messiah. Yahusha. It's actually no, it's not Yeshua. I don't know who said that, but it's not. Yeshua is a different kind of. Yeshua's fine. You can call him that. It doesn't matter though. Listen, I don't want to argue. I'm not. Can I just finish? I mean, can I just say something? The name stuff. What name really means in the Bible? If you look up what name means in Hebrew, and you look up what name means, it's like saying Ray from Boston, right? Okay, your name is not like who you are is not Ray, like who your parents gave you a name. No, it's your like it's who you stand for. Like it's like the Messiah is not a name. It's what He did. He showed us how to live. And Yahweh or Yahweh or Jah or Yah, right? Jah and Yah, same thing. Yeah. It's the Creator, okay? Mm-hmm. That's the name. That's what?
So you're saying Yah or Jah, Yahuwah or Yahushua, and Jesus and
Those are just names. Those are just like man-made names. That's not what name means. But what I'm saying though is, what name means for them when they say, "Oh, there's one name," it doesn't mean like the spellings, because like a Japanese person might say a different name, right? Or a person from another little tiny little island. Like, let's say you've never heard of anything English, right? You're not going to say an English name, right?
Yeah.
But they still believe in the same creator if they've been told by the.
But
that's
what? No,
thing.
but my question is like, I'll
The
ask
book,
Rasta too, because Rasta Bear knows a lot. How do you guys, for personally yourself, know that?
Oh, you mean like
Bible is from God? That the book is really from God? How do you trust it? What makes you
I don't say it that way.
I don't, and at the end of the day, I don't really care, because I've taken what I need from that book, and I probably could read it more. I don't read it on a daily basis or anything. I have in the past, but I know that the kingdom of God is within.
Yeah.
And it doesn't lie within any book or any type of other thing. It's like, once you know you're the creator, God, it doesn't matter your avenue through God. I mean, Jesus is same as like Buddha or Muhammad or any of these other prophets who have come to teach the ways to live a righteous path.
Well, yes, you can take it that way, yeah.
And just basically, they're all just pathways to show us the way. And even if the Bible was
the way, by the way, yes, the way,
by the Illuminati or whatever, if they had their grips in the Bible, their rule book, they still have to show us the proper path, so that we have the option to go a sinful way and go down a path of destruction,
the wide path.
They have to show us the narrow path. It's part of their game plan, and it's part of the deal that was made between God and devil, because like it's same as the yin and the yang, like with the good and the black and the white. It makes
good there's no bad. Without bad there's no good.
It makes a complete circle. They have to both exist. You have to have good, and evil can't exist without good, and good can't. The light can't be with the darkness, and that's why there's even a little piece of the white in the black, and there's a little black circle in the white. It's balance. Everything is balance.
Rick, can I say that when your question about how do we know that God wrote the book, when you mentioned that you took that book with you to jail, to court, you took that book with you as far as
from jail.
Yeah,
well,
I had it
the
whole time in jail. I got it from the jail. It was the one that they give to the prisoners. I still have it.
Yeah,
like this guy,
the NIV.
The guy that taught me the Bible in jail, I didn't even know nothing about it before that. It was the first time. His name was Wolf, and he wrote his name in the Bible, and I have it written down.
Okay, so let's just say hypothetically, he could have literally given you the Cat in the Hat and told you exactly the same thing he told you, but just changed up the book.
Teaching me the Bible.
No. Well, that's a whole different book, bro. Sean, I'm sorry to
not if you're taught. I'm saying that.
Come on now.
No. I'm saying that if you've never been taught the word or never knew about the Bible, didn't know about it, and somebody handed you the Cat in the Hat book and didn't read from it or nothing, but you just carried it with you, and I'm serious. It wasn't. That proved to me that there was something important about that book.
Sean, have you read the Bible? Have you read any Bible?
That's a silly kind of question about what we're talking about, right?
Sean, have you read the Bible?
Question. It's a silly question.
Sean,
I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't at least read it. Yes, I have.
You read the Bible like the whole way?
I've read so much that they tell me not to read those things. They tell me not to read that. They tell me not to.
I believe
everything that you. Okay, so what's your next question? How did that help the situation? Me answering the question that yes, I know.
My next question is, which Bible did you read? Which Bible?
Every one of them. I like the concordance.
When you
right? I
don't know what that is. No, like Strong. See, it's crazy because I will tell you the Strong's concordance is bad.
Okay, but there's not a book about religion I haven't read.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying. There are a lot of grabble. There's a lot. You know what grabble means? You know what graveled means, right? Yeah.
Okay.
But there's also a lot of Bibles, and
I will be silent. Thank you. I'm listening.
Thank you, Sean. I'm not trying to shut you up, but there's a lot of Bibles that are graveled, but there's also a lot of Bibles that are not graveled. But you also have to search for your own, like not even your own, for the truth. There's only one truth, right? Everyone, is there one truth or is there multiple truths? Because there can't be multiple truths. Question.
I've read the same Bible since I was a child. Every time I read it, I get more out of it.
There's one truth.
So with me, every time I read it, I get more out of it with every single day.
Yeah, it's cool.
So
yeah,
that is the same book, but I'm getting it different. It's coming at me differently. So if it's coming at me differently, the same book, it's definitely going to come across other people differently. So how can I explain to myself? How can I explain to myself when I was a child, when I first read that Bible? How can I explain to myself when I'm older? Or vice versa. Like, you're going to understand this later, or like, how am I going to understand it to where it's not the Bible, it's not how old you were, it's just you're looking for yourself.
Your perception.
We're all looking for ourselves. We're not looking for, we're told that we're looking for something with a name that's not us. But we all honestly want to know us. We're looking for us. And when we find, like Ray taking that book, whatever book it was, he had it with him, right? He took it with him, and it didn't care. It didn't matter what it was. It was in his hand.
I still have the KJV too.
But the KJV, honestly, bro, the KJV is also.
But you guys realize we're bickering over, like, was it Stephen King or was it King
It's like semantics,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's semantics.
And so we all know that English is messed up.
I'm about to get into something. I got something ready.
You guys don't know what. Okay, but Stibba Stay Poots, you guys don't know what that is. And that's okay. I understand that. Stibba Stay Poots. Okay, nobody does. I do. It means stupid son of a bitch backwards.
Okay. Oh,
blatantly
yeah.
Right
we're not doing that.
Okay.
We're not going.
Well, no, I'm just telling you. I'm
I know you mean. I know what you mean.
I'm rebuttaling your comment about languages and things are graveled and whatever, right? Okay, so English is graveled. I can speak it reverse. I can teach it reverse.
English is a slave. It's a slave language.
Admit there is something about that. Something you use every day that you don't know. Admit to me that there's something you don't know.
I agree with you. It's a slave language, but there's also other languages. But ancient Aramaic and translation.
Please stop for a second. Understand that you don't understand English. Right? Admit that you do not understand English.
I admit, dude.
Nobody does. Anybody that's never read it, doesn't understand it backwards, doesn't know English. Admit that you're afraid to know what I'm talking about. Because I
know what you mean,
years,
but like,
years and years, I have kind of like found this thing about reverse and kind of like seen it, like, the phenomenon, right?
Aleister Crowley, like satanic.
No, it's not about Aleister Crowley.
It is. It kind of is.
If it is for you, since you do not know English,
it's part of spellcasting. Yeah,
it could be anything. It could be anything. It's English. I'll break it down for you. Eminem sounds German.
Check it out, guys.
Eminem sounds German.
I'm gonna real quick. We're gonna watch something on Russia and Ukraine, and I'm gonna have to mute you all for this because there's some sound and I'm playing.
The power just went out in Taiwan. That's what I was about to say. And that
I'm gonna have to play the sound, and we're gonna have trouble with the sound. So I'm just gonna mute you guys real quick. This is all right. So yeah, I'm gonna go full screen too for a second. Fuck it. I'm gonna pull a Hue TV and go full screen. Let's just show. We'll get this done. So, Richie from Boston woke me up, dude. He was one of the first people to wake me up.
Yep, me too.
He's one of the first channels I found. So lately he's been uploading to Odyssey. He's usually only on BitChute, and he has his own thing on Richie from Boston TV. I used to watch him on YouTube. I used to follow him. I love the guy. I think he's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His information his information. What's important is his information. It doesn't matter who he is.
I agree with you. I agree.
Dude, I looked it up myself. But anyway, so I haven't had time to follow the Russia and Ukraine Jewish psyop. So I just want to show you guys what's really going on here. So All right, he uploaded this one yesterday and this one today. I'm gonna play them both. This is about Russia and Ukraine. I trust his judgment. Whatever he's showing, whatever he's saying is gonna be right. I'm telling you, everything he said came true. All right.
All right.
Let's see. Look, he's got 125, whatever that is, fights.
Yeah, I didn't know he was on Odyssey.
He just it's kind of like he only uploads there every once in a while, but these are new. Let's see what's going on. See if I can go.
My phone rang at 7:30 in the morning on the 24th of February. The dialer was my American friend from my high school days in the U.S. He was the last person I expected to call, especially at 7:30 in the morning. I knew that the war has actually broken out.
Not sharing. Not screen sharing.
What surprised me was the fact
I'm not sharing.
No.
You guys don't see the screen?
No.
Oh, okay. I understand why. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Amateur hour. Okay. I gotta go back in here. Oh shit. All right. That really fucks me, huh? Let's see if I do this. No. Where's StreamYard? Right here? All right. I'm learning. It's because I got this on. Because I went full screen. It doesn't... When I go full screen, I guess it keeps me full screen no matter what. Okay, let's do this. That's stupid, StreamYard. Oh, no. Where was it? Shit, now I can't find the fucking thing. Oh, they're killing me tonight. All right, we'll have to go back to... Oh, here it is. All right. You guys can... Oh, now you can't see it. All right. Hold on. I gotta share. I'm figuring this thing out. I don't know if I should do the system audio. Yeah, I'm gonna try the system audio. Tell me if it's echoey. You guys won't be able to tell me shit, but
no. Are you gonna play the video of that English guy that talked?
Sure. I'm gonna start it over.
The guy was right though. Honestly, I've watched this whole thing, and the guy was right. But the thing is, though, why do we
care about? People want to know what's going on, so let's figure it out.
It's long though, right? Isn't it like it's like 10 minutes long, right? Or 12? Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah. This guy was pretty good. Yeah.
See that Odyssey's good, but sometimes it's hard to control it. All right, let's. Well,
this guy
24th of February. The dialer was.
Can you hear it?
From my high school days in the U.S.
Can you hear him?
He was the last person.
It's good.
Yep.
Actually, at 7:30 in the morning, I knew immediately that the war has actually broken out. The beginning of the war did not surprise me. In fact, it's long overdue. What surprised me was the fact that he knew nothing about the suffering that the Russian Ukrainians endured over the past 8 years. Let's get something straight. NATO promised that they wouldn't move an inch to the east. That was a lie. And now we are surrounded by an aggressive military alliance. NATO gladly bombed Yugoslavia under the pretenses of potential genocide. Did they bomb just military installations? NATO destroyed schools, hospitals, bridges, cultural monuments, private businesses, and industrial plants. Did you forget about that? Did you forget about how NATO...
So NATO destroyed all these industrial plants and all this shit.
Pumped money and weapons into Georgia right before Georgia bombarded peacekeepers and civilians. Of course you did, because your media doesn't want you to know. Did you forget how yet another territory was ripped away from Serbia? Do you remember Kosovo? Did you protest then? I bet you didn't, and I bet you didn't even care. Did you forget the invasion of Libya? If you're in Europe, you can't forget. Thousands of millions are your daily reminder of what your governments did to that country. Did you protest the illegal invasion of Syria by Turkey and the US? I bet you didn't. Do you care about Saudi Arabia starving Yemen? I bet you don't. Do you care, or did you care about the illegal invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan?
I know where this is going. I can see where this is going. Watch. This is going to get good. If Richie comes on, it's going gonna get
and
good.
Afghani weddings by American bombardment.
You haven't seen this?
Ah, that's right.
You haven't seen this?
No,
people. They're probably worth less to you. Where were your
trust
crocodile
Richie.
tears when Kiev started bombarding
He's
Ukrainian
he's pretty
Russians in the
spot on
east
this
simply
one.
for doing the
He's
exact same was to get a corrupt government? Where were your crocodile tears when Kiev shut off electricity and water to Crimea? Where was your save the Ukrainian people when 48 civilian anti-Maidan Ukrainian protesters were rounded into a union trade house and burned alive, whilst those who tried to escape the fiery hell were beaten and shot?
Jesus.
Do you by any chance know who the
see
Madonna
that?
of Gore?
They were burned alive or they were beaten and shot. Did you hear what he said?
Is. Do you know who what the Alley of Angels Memorial is? Let me give you a hint.
I didn't hear him say
People
that.
engraved into
I don't know about that. I don't know about
and
that
they're
for a
not
fact.
adults. You shed one digital virtue signaling tear when the children at the children's
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I believe it either.
Purposefully bombed by the Ukrainian military using illegal cluster bombs.
So what is the all right? So
what he does,
okay.
he does
what
say.
What I'm following so far, this guy's an Israeli. This guy's an Israeli guy talking shit about the Ukrainians, right? That's what's going on.
No, I don't think so.
So far,
I don't think he's an Israeli.
That's what I got out of it. He's on the. This guy's on like the Israeli side or the Jewish side or something, and he's talking. He's saying all this bad. Well, he's not talking shit about them. He's saying all this bad stuff that.
No, I don't think Rick.
It looks like it's propaganda. It's propaganda. He's trying to get them fired up. He's showing them, oh, look what they did to us. They bombed us here. They blew up this.
Yeah.
They came
over. Let me ask
over
you a question, Ray. Ray.
Yeah.
Ray, really quick. You know, Richard Boston obviously had on. Remember, like the doctor. The freaking doctor, like Dr. Majay, and that other doctor, the freaking other Jewish guy. And dude, listen, this is like a couple years ago, and I was like, dude, listen, but remember when what happened was they turned, right? So no, they didn't turn. Richie got played, right? Richie gets played because he's he's kind of. I'm not even sure exactly what it is.
I don't think Richie got played, dude. I don't think.
Yes, he did.
Played.
He got played many times, bro.
No, but not by the doctors, dude. I think
by
that
two doctors, two.
Yeah, but they flipped the script on him though. That's not his fault.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, I'm not saying he got played.
It's like me. Listen, it's like me. I'm just a regular guy. If a doctor came forward and wanted to say anything or expose something, I would give them the voice. But you know what? If they came and changed their mind like a few months later, and what am I supposed to do?
I know it's not on him or not on you. I know it's like Stuffed Beagle being a psychopath. I'm not saying I didn't say that. I didn't say allegedly. But I'm saying though. But the thing is though.
No, he made some good points, but a lot of the shit he said is just. We could go over it. We could go over.
I'm just saying, what I'm telling you though is like I called those people like that girl, that Dr. Majay, and then the other guy, Dr. whatever his name was, a Jewish guy. I was like, dude, I got a bad vibe. What I'm saying, Ray, is I got a bad vibe. Yeah.
All right, but this has nothing to do with that though. This is Ukraine. Let's get back into it.
Okay. It's the same thing.
Let's see. I'm just trying to gauge what's going on. I got two videos. Saying. We're gonna see. I'm saying I think Richie's gonna come on this video. Maybe I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but
I don't think he does. I don't think he comes on.
How would you? Your mainstream media keeps you in the dark. For 8 years, the U.S. and its allies have been pumping billions of dollars worth of lethal weapons into Ukraine. For 8 years, the Ukrainians have been waging a war with their own people in the east. And for 7 years, Russia and the people of the Donetsk and Lugansk republics have been patiently waiting for Kiev to adhere to the Minsk agreements. Should Russia have waited maybe 20 more years? The amount of years that the U.S. spent killing Afghanis. So whilst leaders like Boris Johnson, Joe Biden, Emmanuel Macron, Olaf Scholz, and Ursula von der Leyen have been virtue signaling about the poor Ukrainians, they have been robbing the Ukrainians of their dignity. making their economy run on loans from the IMF,
it's
and basically
echoing.
robbing them of their future. And Russia is to blame when we were their primary trading partner. The West pushed Russia into a corner. Protect yourself from an increasingly hostile neighbor who wants to become part of a hostile military alliance called NATO and lose Nord Stream 2, for example, or watch Russian Ukrainians get slaughtered by the thousands. The West wanted to fight this war with Russia until the very last Ukrainian. Remember Kosovo? Well, the Lugansk and Donetsk republics have every right to exist. Russia didn't set the precedent. Your leaders did when they recognized Kosovo. And final food for thought. Why was there no bombardment of innocent civilians in Crimea, even though it's closer to Kiev than Donetsk is? I'll give you a hint. The actual Russian military was there protecting the people. Here's another. The Ukrainian army has been fighting this invisible Russian army for 8 years now in the east, according to your mainstream media. Why then did the Ukrainian army collapse within 24 hours when fighting the actual Russian military?
Listen. I have no idea what to answer your questions, brother. I'm in the United States. I have no idea what's going on in these other places.
Since it did, what do you think your tax dollars were doing in Ukraine? That's right. Your tax dollars were used by Ukrainians in the West to kill Ukrainians in the East, and you didn't give a flying fuck about it. So if you haven't been following this conflict from day one,
is kind of true. I've heard this.
Your photo, wipe your crocodile tears, please, and find out why your governments have been supporting those who have made a Nazi criminal, Stepan Bandera, their national war hero. Don't expect a good result from pushing a bear and a dragon into a corner. And definitely don't be surprised when that bear and that dragon begin pushing back. So if you haven't been crying for the collectively millions of dead Iraqis, Afghanis, Syrians, Libyans, Yugoslavians, and East Ukrainians these past 20 years, but you're crying crocodile tears for Ukrainian military installations, wipe them away and think about what your governments have been doing and what they're still doing. And I hope that this 8-year story of a war started by a criminal Ukrainian government against its own people can finally come to an end, and Ukrainians and Russians can finally live in peace.
I have no idea either way, but I want to see what the one he put up today is about. It looked better. It looked better than this one.
To take out like who like. If you to change
I told them at 7:30 in the morning on the 24th of February. The dialer was my American friend from my high
school. Oh, is it another one from the same guy, dude? Hold on. Get this off. Shut this off. Get out of there. It won't even X out.
Imagine if we were to say what he's saying, but talked about Bloods and Crips.
Hey, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on over there, but I'm just trying to gauge the situation, and I don't want to go to the mainstream.
I might be wrong, but to compare how he's talking is if we were to talk about gangs, saying, the Crips, you need to do nothing when, Sarah, got beat in with the, changed gangs, or, you just changed instead of Ukraine stuff, put in like gangs, 1%ers and, banditos.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing as if, if you take away the context of what he's saying and just look at how he's saying it, and it can relate to anybody, stoners and cowboys. You didn't do nothing when the Stokes beat up the Cowboys yesterday. What are you doing, preppies? You didn't do nothing when the, it's a technique. You just fill in the blank. It's like a Mad Lib, basically. Just fill in the blanks. That narrative, he said. And it works because people, who couldn't have emotion about everything he said? You. Very psychological. It didn't matter what he was talking about. It just gave you emotion.
Oh, yeah, this one was good. This was the good one. This is the one I was watching. The media is the virus. Yeah, this is a good one.
Oh,
I didn't know what that other one was.
Your media. Yeah, that's where it's your media.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy. I have no idea who he is. I've never seen that other guy before in my life, man.
I didn't either, but I
let's see what
recognize
this
the
one is.
technique. I recognize that.
It's a Hegelian dialect, you know. So
Yeah,
this
he kind of did it sloppy though. He could have added the, little more NLP stuff.
That dude was like the Richie from Boston from overseas. He talked like him. All right, here we go.
Cluster bombs, undetonated. Cluster future IED.
There is no good guy. There is no side to choose. There is no hero. There is
Buffering.
no villain. It's all fairy tale propaganda telling you a tale, a story.
Maybe pause it.
Of course, this one's gonna buffer.
This is
let it
the
pause
mind
and let it buffer.
Is that will that work?
Control fake stream media.
Yeah. I mean, it worked for Owen when I was watching him. I've never,
Is no good guy. Good guy.
Let it
There
buffer.
is no side to choose. There is no hero.
No.
There is no villain. It's all fairy tale propaganda selling you.
Jesus.
Yeah, like you let it
Try it
pause,
again.
and then that little red thing will move up, and that means it's like downloading the information.
Tale, a story. This is the mind control fake stream media trick that.
If it's just audio, maybe if it's just audio.
Has
I know what it
been
is.
consistent
I know what it is.
for a long, long time.
It's this. You shut that.
I mentioned
The-
pockets of the future.
Alien dialects divide people and get them on site, playing on their innate desire for connectivity.
It's the president of Ukraine right there, huh?
To feel like
Just sucks.
group by getting them to.
Man.
When I watched the Pockets of the Future video today, it made sense. When he wore stilettos, he was the voice of Paddington. I mean, that's what they told us too. Imagine what they haven't told us about that guy. He's obviously too busy to, to fall down properly, be a good victim. They should have hid all that stuff, kept him strong and proud, and, but wearing stilettos? Come on, man. There's no way, they can't hide that for very long. I know I mentioned that people watch TV, I know, and so I use Pockets of the Future's humor because I've learned that watching CNN and stuff just triggers me, but yet Pockets talks about the same stuff CNN's talking, but it's digestible. And so I use that as a tightrope to the TV watchers because they can understand it. The typical thing I hear is, well, they didn't say that. I mean, how many times have somebody said that to you? Well, I didn't hear it, but I didn't hear that. They didn't tell me that. I mean, they don't say you're fucking lying, but they basically say they didn't tell them that. Did you know that Ukraine president was wearing stilettos in a music video?
Yeah, they busted my balls. Hold on, let me try this a different way. I'm still getting that clip up. I want to play that one. That's the one I wanted to play the whole time, but I fucked around with the other one. I think my computer starts overheating after I use it for a certain amount of time, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel well. It doesn't
feel
feel
well.
Have
you ever opened up the tower up and looked inside? Like
no,
the
why?
tower with the,
why? What happens?
Possibly there could be dust. Does a fan make a noise? Like if you've never opened it up and it's Windows 7,
yeah,
you might want to invest on like those air cans that spray the keyboards and stuff.
Yeah.
If you maybe like, because dust will it's a heat sink. It causes stuff. It'll. Not sure how you have it. RAM. You know what RAM is? With a little green. They're like a what are they like? They're thin, they're green, they're memory card, memory sticks. You know what those are?
Yeah.
And if you have an open RAM, because if you have 256,
look, all these people are on Odyssey, dude. These are all the people I found so far. I mean, I haven't found everybody, but I found some really good channels over here. Some really good people over here.
You want to
here
share?
it is.
You're not sharing.
Oh, I'm not sharing? All right.
No.
Well, fuck it. Thanks for telling me. All right, so this time it should work, hopefully. And we shouldn't have no problems. And I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'll share the audio. Fuck it. I'm learning how to do the audio better. All right. Voila. Can you see it? Oh, still not sharing, am I?
I'll let it...
No. Jeez.
Now something's happened.
It says I'm sharing.
Yeah, it just takes a while.
You can see it?
I see the stadium and I see a circle and now I hear something. It's kind of garbled.
I'm gonna start the video over. Let's see what happens now.
There is no villain. It's all fairy tale propaganda selling you a tale, a story.
How's the audio,
This is the
Sean?
mind control for extreme media, the trick
It's not
has been consistent for a long, long time. The Hegelian dialect to divide people and get them on side, playing on their innate desire for connectivity, to feel like they belong to a group, by getting them to collectively oppose a manufactured enemy, the big bad boogeyman, who has a manufactured hero to oppose him within the framework of a story that is created to engage you, so you get to choose, so you choose a side. Manufacture a hero, manufacture a villain, attempt to create myths and stories about them, and provoke you to engage by picking a side. Tell me a time when this has not been done. And it's all to control you and manipulate what you think and manipulate your future choices and acceptances. Okay? Now, looking again through the video clips the news released over this Ukraine-Russia thing, it's not becoming any clearer. Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what they're trying to achieve, a mass information overload of misinformation. So anyway, scrolling through videos and photographs through social media of this recent event, which is being pushed aggressively by the media, still so many of the images and footage are taken from years ago, and they're masquerading as now. It's impossible for anyone to determine the...
Jesus. All right, let me pause it for a second, see if that works. All right.
What the hell is going on? You can watch 24-hour live streams of Ukraine on YouTube of different areas, and it looks...
Jesus. Let me see if I back it up a little bit.
What the hell is going on? You can watch 24-hour live streams of Ukraine.
My computer really sucks. That's what it is.
On YouTube of different areas, and it looks perfectly calm.
Oh well, we'll still let it play.
Quiet.
I'll try
Traffic is normal. Nothing is
Let's sit for a second.
going on, and then you have people posting videos of complete carnage and claiming it's in Kiev. I've seen
I'm gonna have to just keep pausing it and playing it.
Translating some Ukrainian group chats.
Just to get it to work. Fuck it.
Sounded as confused as anyone else and unsure of what's going on. One saying that it's so quiet in Kiev and wondering where have all the police gone? And people claiming that authorities have fled the country. Another saying how they drove around Kiev and it was so quiet. They say people stand in line in pharmacies and shops, and they say the goal is to make people leave by means of pain, it says here. And they say the sheep still didn't get anything. They show us the image of a virtual enemy, but people don't see the one in front of their own eyes. So I don't know. Has it
Yeah, I'm gonna let whoever that is in a second. There's people trying to get in. I can tell, but I'm not gonna stop screen sharing right now because it took still not working.
On my Twitter page if you want to see them. And again, if we look at the problem, reaction, solution, strategy.
Jesus.
Well, one of the reactions we are seeing a lot of, one of the reactions.
This ain't working. I guess it's when it's like really good quality. It seems like this probably is high quality footage. Maybe looks like a drone.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right.
Shit.
Yeah.
These control.
That's what I think, right?
Control freaks are all
on the TV. It looks kind of shitty, but oh well. I wanted to get the message across. Whatever they're trying to say, that's all good.
Loads of countries.
I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna give up on that. I can't just sit there. It sounds like a skipping record. So, how's everybody doing? All right, Scott's here. Was anybody else here? Was that you?
Dude, what he was saying though, like Ray, that guy, he was talking the truth, dude, about the media. Like, and that's the thing, like that's why it's not playing, because
it's a good one, right?
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah.
You get that one back up. Try to play it again.
No, I don't know. That's the thing. It's BitChute. BitChute's bad, dude.
Odyssey.
Like
Odyssey.
That was on Odyssey, but it's the same thing. The same thing.
Yeah. Maybe
it's the same.
It is on BitChute. You just gave me an idea, Scott. I'm gonna.
It is. It's on BitChute.
I'm gonna go on.
Maybe that's what I watch.
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
Yeah, try that. I mean, but
BitChute works better.
Because what he said though, bro, listen. What he said was about how you can see like live streams. You can see live streams from like Ukraine. I did the same thing with hurricanes. Like I used to watch hurricanes, and see where if there was like actually a hurricane. No, there wasn't. They're like, oh, it's devastating the world. It's devastating the Bahamas. It's devastating Harvey, in Texas. It's devastating Florida. I was in Florida. Nope, it wasn't. They're lying. What? What is that guitar playing? Is that Sean? Wait, is that Sean? Sean? Yeah. Anyway, but the guy was right though. The guy was right. They're playing like old footage. Like old footage of like I saw like some old footage of like some F-14 Tomcats that are jets, right? They don't even use those anymore. They use F-15s and 16s and 17s. But like I was like, dude, what is this bullshit? Because remember that you saw the video game thing too, right? Did you see that? They're like, oh, the video game is real. Rich from Boston showed that too. It doesn't matter. The thing is, the media lies to you so much, and that's what the guy was talking about. The guy's like, dude, the media is controlling your life. That's why we have to don't watch the media. Or, I mean, if you want to point it out, it's fine. pointing out the media. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I wanted to put it at towards like the end of my show. I mean, it was part of my show. It was my idea. It's like my idea for like I had planned on putting it in because like these shows. It's like it's cool for us to have a place to chill, and it's awesome to have like it's for us. That's what it is. Like we chill and we have fun and we talk. But the next day, if these shows stay up on YouTube, if they, a ton of people watch them the next day.
The algorithm.
You should read the comments. Like just read the comments on some of the videos that you was on, and you'll see people. Yeah. So all right, cool. So it knows it's me. All right, hold on. So let's check this out. Let me show everybody.
You're trying to BitChute? Trying to BitChute?
I'm on BitChute. I'm there. I'm there. Boom. All right. So, okay. So let me show everybody. This is, it's mine. It's got my girl's name and everything, but this is my, I have different types of stuff on BitChute that you ain't gonna see. Well, you might see some of it, but it's like, the quality's really good over here. So, like this one, you ain't gonna see this on YouTube. What are the Pfizer ingredients? Sue Finelli reports.
Oh, what are the ingredients? Like, how do you even know what that is?
She has it on YouTube actually, but yeah, you'll see it on YouTube. All right, you'll see it on YouTube, but still, I still have some good shit on here. Look at this one. I got the violinist. This dude was good. The masked violinist.
Yeah, that guy was good.
All right, hold on. Hold on. We'll play it. Hold on. Hold on one sec. I want to get the audio right. I love music.
Everyone should love music. Music is awesome.
On this guy. All right, check this one out. I got this in the train station.
He's actually he's actually good.
Good job.
Nice. So yeah, I caught that kid in the train station. That was cool. All right, hold on. So let me go back now. How do I make it regular back out?
Dude, that guy was actually a really good violinist. And he actually is.
I'm gonna find
that
from Boston.
Are you gonna try to find that?
I am gonna find him, yeah. But I'm just looking for.
You should look back to. Have you seen the other ones that he? I don't know. He sold his truck. You saw that, right? He sold his truck, dude. I used to love.
What do you mean? Why? Is he sick?
He got a new one.
Is he all right, or is he sick still?
No, he's. Oh, dude.
He got a new truck. All right, good. You're making me think something's wrong. God forbid.
No. He's actually good now.
Let me see.
Richie was sick.
I'm happy because last I heard he might have been sick. I was worried about him.
Yeah, he had like skin problems and shit. Which is really weird. Like when I first found the YouTube community, I was looking up skin problems, and it was like Morgellons disease, and that's how I found. Yeah. That's how I found the whole shooter community, dude. It's weird.
I know what you mean. That is weird. I was kind of looking at it for a little while too.
Because I already knew about everything else, but
I'm not sure. All right, so which one was it? Banned on YouTube. No, we don't want that one.
It's the one you were playing with the. I think there's like.
I know. That was on Odyssey, but I'm wondering if he has it.
No,
here.
it's the same. It's the same thing on BitChute.
I know. I'm looking. You think it's this one? Was it this one? No, I don't know. I forget what it was called. No. Oh, I must have to go. Wait, I have to go into them. Yeah. All right. This is what I gotta do. I gotta click on. I gotta. Oh shit. All right. Here we go. I clicked on the channel. Okay. There won't be a nuclear conflict. When's this? The meteor. All right. Here. All right. So he even has a newer one now. All right. Cool. So we'll watch this one and that one.
A newer one?
Oh, yeah. There's even a newer one after this.
Let's do a response video.
It's working on BitChute.
There is no
what the fuck is this? Get this out of here.
There is no side to choose. There is no hero. There is no villain.
Yeah, that's the one.
Full screen, baby.
That's the one.
How's the audio? Can you hear it?
I heard it, not now.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it, but not now. It's quiet.
Man.
Can you hear the sound?
Within the framework
Scott?
of a story that is created to engage you, so you get.
It's quiet. It's coming in there.
All right, I know what happened. Hold on.
You're not
Hold
screen
on, I know what
sharing either.
happened.
You're not screen sharing either, bro.
Oh wow, thank you.
Yeah, screen share and then yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I gotta put the audio in. All right. All right. All right, so we'll go full screen with this. You guys can see this now, right? Fucking took me like an hour to get this thing going. But I did it.
No
good guy. There is no side to choose.
There you go.
No hero. There is no villain.
What you say?
It's all fairy tale propaganda selling you a tale, a
I
story.
can hear it.
This is a mind control fake stream media trick that has
You
been
can or
consistent
can't?
for a long, long time. The Hegelian
Ken,
dialect.
thumbs up. Thumbs up. Good.
On side, their innate desire for connectivity, to feel like they belong to a group by getting them to collectively oppose a manufactured enemy, the big bad boogeyman, who has a manufactured hero to oppose him within the framework of a story that is created to engage you, so you get to choose.
Yeah.
You choose a side.
Hit pause sometimes. Like just hit pause.
Stories about them and provoke.
Sometimes
What's up?
Old computer can catch up. I'm saying hit pause and then just test this out. Hit pause and then hit play again. Go ahead.
Wow, what was it doing? Was it buffering or something?
No,
it's the same
it's not
thing.
doing it.
I did the same thing I learned it from Owen Benjamin. It's like, let
You
this
can
catch up.
you have to let it catch up, and also you have to break it up so you don't get a copyright strike.
I was doing that, but isn't this one playing fine right now?
Yeah, it was, but okay, I'm just letting you know. I'm just go ahead.
All right, let's let it play.
You to engage by picking a side. Tell me a time when this has not been done. And it's all to control you and manipulate what you think and manipulate your future choices and acceptances. Okay, now looking again through the video clips, the news released over this Ukraine-Russia thing, it's not becoming any clearer. And maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what they're trying to achieve, a mass information overload of misinformation.
Right.
So anyway, scrolling through videos and photographs,
Ray,
social
pause it
media.
really quick. Ray, pause it.
What's up?
This is right where it starts.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, turn your volume down on your computer that you're listening to, because you're feeding back. You're getting an echo from your computer. Okay. And what he's saying right here is very important.
I'm afraid if I get my headphones, you won't be able to hear it at all. Hold on one sec.
Yeah, do that, dude. Because what he's saying here is important about the media controlling everyone's little brains. I'm going to tell everyone this, and I know, Sean, you know this, but dude, I don't care if there's one person out there. That's all I care about. If there's one person out there that believe that doesn't know about the truth, they are controlling your mind through the media. The media is garbage town. I call it garbage town for a reason.
Tell me, can you hear me? Tell me if it echoes now.
Go ahead.
Which is being pushed aggressively by the media. Still, so many of the images and footage are taken from years ago.
So that's what I gotta do.
They're
Thank
masquerading
you,
as now.
Now I know what I gotta do.
It's impossible for anyone
to make the
to
audio
determine
sound good.
what the hell is going on. You can watch 24-hour live streams of Ukraine on YouTube of different areas, and it looks perfectly calm, quiet. Traffic is normal. Nothing is going on. And then you have people posting videos of complete carnage and claiming it's in Kiev. I've seen some people translating some Ukrainian group chats, and they sounded as confused as anyone else and unsure of what's going on. One saying that it's so quiet in Kiev and wondering where have all the police gone, and people claiming that authorities have fled the country. Another saying how they drove around Kiev and it was so quiet. They say people stand in line in pharmacies and shops, and they say the goal is to make people leave by means of pain, it says here. And they say the sheep still didn't get anything. They show us the image of a virtual enemy, but people don't see the one in front of their own eyes. So I don't know, has it been translated correctly? You can check them out. I posted them on my Twitter page if you want to see them. And again, if we look at the problem reaction,
yeah, that's cool. I'll be right over to your Twitter page.
Solution strategy. Well, one of the reactions we are seeing a lot of, one of the reactions that these control freaks are already acting upon is that loads of countries are saying that they will accept refugees. Here we see, EU will ask states to grant asylum to Ukrainian refugees for up to 3 years.
You want to say something about that, Scott? So you sound like you know something. You want to say something about it?
No, I'm just see, Ray. When you have your headphones on, you can hear better. It's so much better. It's so much better, dude. It's so much better.
That's better.
I'm telling you about the refugees.
You heard out. Yeah, go ahead.
The refugees, though.
I caught on to you. Yeah, I caught onto it.
But they've already had all the refugees coming into all these countries, and now they're going to pump more in, which is what it does is it creates an economic situation because people are like in certain like low poverty, actual poverty. They're already affected by the inflation, right? Like Sean, for example. Sean, let me ask you a question. Do you have a lot of money? Sean? No. Yeah, right. No. So when you don't have a lot of money, like I don't have that much money.
I'm poor, dude. I'm like
below so poverty, let me explain something.
Level.
Yeah. No, not in reality.
Well, in reality, yeah.
No.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what is.
I'm talking about worldwide. I'm talking about plane wide, not worldwide. By the way. But what I'm saying though is, you're affected by every single thing that happens with the economy. That like when gas goes up, food goes up. When food goes up, everything goes. I mean, everything goes up, right? So when you pump refugees in that want more food and want more resources, which that's how they control everyone. That's what they're doing. I'm sorry, refugees. See, look.
Dude, the refugee thing is fucked. There's a whole bunch of them in my town, Scott. A refugee. Yeah. They took a whole bunch of them in from Yemen or one of them fucking places, dude. And they actually distribute. They give them a place to live and shit.
Yeah, they threaten other countries with immigration. They threaten other countries. They use it as a weapon. So he will flood you with immigrants.
That's what they do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sean. Yeah, so you understand. That's what I'm trying to say, though. Is this is kind of it's tools and weapons of war. And what I wanted to say to you guys, when I was off, is this war is not a actual war. It's it's a World War. World War III is a mental and a socio-economical war. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say too much, but
yeah,
that's what this is. It's a socio-economical and mental war. And that's the thing that we need not to worry about it. We don't need to worry about it too. What are you doing over there?
Oh, I'm rolling a joint, but
oh, you got a bag. The baggie is so loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Which is good.
The war
it's
that
good
we
that
might
I
have
have a lot
lost
of weed,
already.
but it's not
The war
good
that we
that
might
it's
have lost
loud.
already.
No, I'm just saying.
It's crackling. I can hear it on the headphones.
Yeah, it's
now.
crack-a-lacky.
Hey, whatever. It sounds like. So hey, and now I know a trick to make it sound like it's crackling. I could be like, just start crackling a bag and be like, "Hey, my sound quality sucks." No,
no, it's better now. It's better now. Everything sounds. Hey, Sean, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey,
so,
everything
all
is
right,
equal.
So we're gonna play. I'm gonna play the video. Let's go. Let's play a few more minutes of it. See what's going on. What happened to the?
So at the moment, one of the big reactions is displacement. Here's another.
Now it's busting my.
EU ready
Hold on. Why is it?
for
Why is it
refugees
busting my
as
chops
UN
now?
warns war may displace 7 million.
It was working.
Poland and Hungary opened their borders to receive
It sounds
families
fine.
fleeing invasion.
Sounds
The United Nations has estimated that the
just
war could
whatever this
affect
black thing
18 million people, displacing some 7 million within the country, while causing 4 million to flee abroad. Back in September, you had the Afghan refugees.
Oh, okay.
So we've
That's
got
the way
a
the
lot
video
of people
is.
moving around. I mean,
That's not me.
Look at all these people who were out protesting yesterday. You couldn't get that many people out to protest 6 months after the lockdown started. And all of this lot here yesterday are out just after a few days of seeing these reports with unconvincing footage.
All right. I'm sorry. Pause.
Yeah,
pause.
go ahead. Hold on.
Pause.
All right. What do you think? What's your thoughts on this?
He just said it took them like a couple days to protest over a fake media scam called the Ukrainian / Russia war, but nobody protested after 6 months after the lockdowns of the whole entire. Let's call it a flat level plane.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's right about that, dude. Like, oh, it took you this long? It's 2.5 years. 2.5. 2.5 over 3 years now. Well, no, it's only been.
The
war. All right, let's let it go. Actually... I just want to get through it. It's almost halfway. It's only a few minutes.
Your mummy and daddy mainstream media don't put them on the front page any other time. So no, they've got no interest in that. They're ignorant of them, but bombard people with vague, dubious images and grainy footage, which a lot now have been shown to be fake, and stories that turned out to be not fully correct, and loads of people go out and protest in an instant. Protests in Brussels, in Paris, in London.
This is important that people in America understand this. People are probably watching this like Brussels, London. What the fuck does this have to do with America? Well, last year they had the protest. They made everybody go out and protest. They started the protest on purpose. They incited the protest to justify the numbers going up. Everybody went out and protested, and they knew they were going to lock us down.
To justify
the numbers
going
justify
up.
The memes. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what.
Yep.
So this is important that people understand how this works, because it's the Hegelian dialectic. It's in every country. This is how all the world governments are run, no matter what. They're run by the Hegelian dialectic. Hegel, he was a philosopher. Let's do this.
Yep.
All of them outstanding with Ukraine, all because they believe everything the media tells them. And I'm seeing loads of those rainbow flags out for some reason. What are they doing there? I don't know. But it once again shows how powerful the fake stream media is and how easily people are influenced. In this case, from my personal point of view, the footage so far is anything but conclusive. And it's not just me questioning it. There are many others as well. And suspicions have been proven correct with so much of the footage having been proven fake. What with the video game footage on the news, the BBC military flyover footage, which turned out to be from last year, the image of the photograph of Zelensky in the army gear in the news stories, but was taken from last year. I've seen many a commentator and alternative commentator over the last few days start regurgitating the MSM stories, sounding like an echo of the BBC, with their pomp and propaganda verbatim, only to be called out by their followers, saying, why are you not questioning this dubious footage? Why are you suddenly believing what the MSM is telling you? And rightly so, they're questioning them, which has seen these commentators swiftly change tack and apologize, which is interesting to watch. I've also started to see numerous news outlets start doing this, analyzing the strategic placement of the Russian troops, you know, using maps and arrows, saying, well, they will be circling Kiev, east-west, coming in from here, coming in from there. How the hell would they know where anyone is or anyone's army is?
What do you say about that?
I just said maps and arrows. He said maps and arrows. You heard that, right?
No, I'm just like kind of like rolling a joint at the moment. I was kind of like distracted.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm honest. Like,
look, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat as Sean. I'm in the same boat as Sean. Look, same boat. That's weird. It's my house.
How did you do? Wait, is that you did it? You made it your background somehow?
No, it's my house, dude. My house has rafters. Yeah. What do you mean?
It looks the same, dude.
It almost looks the same.
That's what I'm saying. That's why last night I wasn't sure if he was in a boat or not.
No,
I was like,
no,
you know,
I'm in a boat.
Tell.
I mean,
you could make it look like dude. You could make it look like you're in a. You could make it look like you're in a boat too.
He's catching on.
No, I'm in my house, dude. Come on.
Going to be. If this
you ain't cool unless you make it look like you're in a boat.
No, I think when you see this type of carry on, this type of analysis with maps and strategies and placement of armies, it's an attempt to reinforce the notion that it's really happening. But the fact is, they don't know what or where anyone is going. I'm pretty sure they would be keeping their positions secret. So that's another, in my opinion, another illusion on top of another illusion in order to make you think in a certain way, a bit like many of these fake videos and images that have been circulating on social media. Look, there's no good guy, there's no bad guy, right? Some guy commented on one of my videos saying that I was a Putin supporter. I'm not a supporter of any of these puppet tyrants. There are no heroes. There are no good guys in these media stories. They're just myths perpetuated for suckers to be taken in with in order to provoke you to engage with their ongoing games, which are to everyone's detriment. Stand up for your country. It's a myth perpetuated to get people to sacrifice themselves to make bankers gain more wealth by lending money to countries to buy more weapons. The truth is, you're the hero. You look after yourself and those closest to you. You're the good guy or good girl. Don't be misled by these spellcasters in the media who attempt to spell out to people their imaginary reality. They want you to believe in it. And if they get enough people to believe in it, then it may manifest into actual reality with their spells. Disengage from the story. Walk out of the theater. Switch it off. Mute.
I think I could give a better speech than this guy. But anyway, let's go.
Yeah.
The volume button. They're always trying to get you to choose a side and then pass judgment on the other side. And they always use deceptive means and distorted messages.
Ray, that's why I turned it off.
And engage
I turned it off. I turned it off before this because I was like, I knew he's gonna ramble on. He's gonna ramble on about nonsense. Like, do we need to ramble on about nonsense?
Long, right?
Yeah, that's what. You agree with me? That's cool, dude.
I just wanted to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, it was cool in the beginning.
Kill it too.
But yeah, I turned it off too. Like,
well, like, you know, that happens. That happens a lot. You know, people like shorter videos.
Yeah.
I want to see what
span.
that other video was. Yeah, so like after about.
But
4
he did
minutes
say,
long,
see,
if
that's
if you get. Let's see what this one says. I want to see one with Richie, dude. Where's Richie himself, dude? With the
he was on
his butler behind, dude. Here he is.
Yeah,
all right, here we go. Nice. I wanted to get him on my channel. No, this is new. This is new.
Richie probably nowadays would. Oh no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't waste his time. I mean, I'm not saying he wastes his time.
Can I make it go closer? Let's see what this is.
Dude, I used to email Richie 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Just hear what he said.
First started.
I'm going to say 7 years ago too.
Yeah, he told me. He said, "Shut up about." He told me to shut the F up. I was like, "That's funny. That's Richie." Because anyway, I talked about somebody talking shit about him, and he's like, "You know what? I don't need to hear this," because people were talking shit about him like for every day of his life. Think about that. People talking shit about. Sorry,
I want to hear this.
Sorry,
I want to hear the video, man. Hold on. Now I gotta start. Hold on. I just want to hear him. I hear what he has to say. I haven't watched him in a while.
Commentary.
Hey, this is Rich from Boston. I'm in my truck right now. There's nobody around. Are you trying to screen share?
Oh,
I'm from Boston.
It's not screen sharing. Wow.
So you guys are both in 2015 that you came on the YouTube as far as
Jesus.
7 years ago. 2015.
Well, yeah, like actually on YouTube, but I mean, I knew about like chemtrails and everything like that a long time ago.
Which month on YouTube?
Oops.
So I was just looking at mine, and 7 years.
Yeah, it's weird because I think that's when the algorithm started like playing game. I don't even know like exactly why that happened.
To a point where I got this big old roll of paper and I'm making these graphs, and every once in a while I'll take the big red pen and go, "Why does that connect to that?"
Yeah. You should do. You should do that. Like figure out why they did that.
I just did one today with like simple
figure out like connect the dots. Yeah.
Like okay,
all right, here we go. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
7 years, 2000. It's exciting.
Wait for it. Wait for it. It's gonna be amazing.
At any rate, let's.
All right, here we go.
Because you're an idiot. People best. Okay, I've never seen this. I'm 54 years old. Okay, I mention that every once in a while, and I mention that for a reason. Because when you've been around for 54 years, you've seen some stuff. You see what I mean? And unlike most other YouTubers, I've seen a lot of stuff in this life. Okay, I've been successful. I've been homeless. I've been married. I've been singled. I've been in prison. I've been out of prison. I've been in jail. I've been out of jail. I've been in the military. I've been out of the military. I've been in gangs. I've been out of the gangs. I've lived this life till the wheels fell off. And then I put the wheels back on. Literally. I just did not think Americans were this stupid that in a 54-year period, I would see the same cycle come back around that existed as when I was born. When I was a kid, the big bad wolf was Russia. The big bad wolf's favorite weapon was nukes. The big red button. They're going to press the button. Nuclear war, nuclear war, nuclear war. Well, I thought everybody got over that, and I thought everybody figured that out, that was a complete and utter ruse, because if anybody had nukes, and if nukes were real, because they're not, we would have seen one go off. Somebody would have got a hold of one, because governments, authorities, etc., are shady people, and money is everything. We've had enough nuclear physicists, we've had enough nuclear research people come forward in videos, straight up telling you that nukes aren't real. And I always kind of wondered why Nagasaki and Hiroshima weren't totally uninhabitable.
Hey, Ray, pause.
Because we nuked them.
Pause, please.
We're the only country on Earth. We nuked them allegedly after they.
Allegedly, my grandfather walked off the boat in Nagasaki, and he was like, "There was no nuclear bomb there. There was no nuclear bomb. It was just like a carpet bomb. It was like a regular bomb, like regular TNT bombs, right?"
I think
and I was
stacks of TNT. Stacks and stacks of it.
Yes,
just a lot, just a lot.
But my grandfather would. But my grandfather was like, he's dead now, but like he was 90 something like that. He just died a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He was there. Okay. I know this for a fact. Okay. For a fact, my grandfather was there. I know it for a fact because I talked to him about it. And what Richie's saying here is the truth. This freaking nuclear bomb bullshit, it's a scare tactic. It's a freaking psyop. It's to make you scared, so you go, "Oh, I want to blah blah blah. I want to."
They were using it to scare people. They were using it to scare people on the news throughout the 60s and 70s.
And they're still doing it now, though.
They were making kids do drills at the schools and like.
Yes, of course, yeah.
They
But
had.
they're still doing it.
Leather gas masks. They're doing it right now. It's the same thing.
They're still doing it now with this whole Ukraine, and I'm not gonna say too many words.
And the other thing, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's all the same. It's Hegelian dialectic, baby.
Yep.
Boom,
Problems.
let's do it.
It's conflict, problem, solution.
Yep. Or thesis.
Already surrendered.
Thesis.
Just because they wanted to see the big boom.
Synthesis.
Oh yeah.
Scare people.
All right, let's hear what he says.
This lasted to this day because last night my UPS guy Rodrigo, who is a good guy, he's kind of awake. He gets what's going on. He showed up at my house late with a pretty expensive order that I wanted to make sure it didn't get lost or whatever. I help him unload it. We're talking and blah, blah, blah. And he says, I said, dude, just live for today, man. Live every day like it's your last. One of these days, you'll be right. Sinatra said that, FYI. He said, the only thing I'm afraid of is Russia pushing that big red button. And I was like, man, are you kidding me? Are we back there again? Half of the footage you're seeing coming from Russia isn't real whatsoever at all. We are literally living in Wag the Dog. They made the movie Wag the Dog. They put all their big fancy actors, De Niro. They put all their famous people in movies that are really important for predictive programming. Wag the Dog explained everything. Wag the Dog explained how they made up a war just to divert people's attention.
I've never seen it.
They're dropping the mask mandates. They're easing off. They're backing up.
We're just talking about this, though.
Suddenly, Russia rises up. Russia is the bad guy. All eyes are on Russia, on the Ukraine, etc. Half the footage we're getting is fake. It bums me out that people don't care about that video that I put up and the Potter's Clay YouTube channel put up that showed the mainstream media showing Turkey attacking Syria over and over and over and saying that reports of atrocities are coming up. That's a huge statement right there, because if they inadvertently, accidentally, innocently running footage that they all believed was another country attacking another country big time and one of our allies, well, it is what it is. But the fact that they knew it was fake and they said reports of atrocities.
Hit pause.
How were the reports of atrocities
really quick
out of Syria when this happened in Kentucky?
So this is what he's doing. He's
why that matters though?
He's breaking down the last two videos that he played. He's talking about what that other dude was just talking about in the other video, and what was going on in the other video, like the last two videos. Yeah, he's like he made this video to break it down in his own words, what he thinks. That's what I think.
But do you understand? Do you understand what they do with this, with Turkey? With Turkey and like how there's certain allies that America has.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how that works? Where they get Americans,
it has to do with Well, no. What I think is it has to do with the Federal Reserve because, all right, like when a country won't sign, the Federal Reserve is owned by Israel. When a country won't sign up for the Federal Reserve, right? No, I'm telling you, right? The Americans go to war, and we fight for, and we take the country down, and we knock down all the. That's what happened to all the countries in the Middle East: Gaddafi, Saddam, all of them. They didn't want to sign up. They didn't want to hand over their gold, dude. They didn't want to hand over their gold to the Federal Reserve, and
that's why Iran is like
on.
nope. That's why. Have you noticed how Iran is like in Syria too? By the way, I know people in Syria. Syria is like nope, and Iran is like nope. Certain in Saudi Arabia, nope, and they're like we're not doing a new world.
Why would you? If you have a good economy in your country and it still has gold coins and silver coins and stuff,
or natural resources, not just gold.
That's what it's about too. I don't know.
It's more not oil or anything like that, but other things like lithium. I don't want to say too much. I said lithium. Lithium batteries. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Your power tools. Come on. It's true. I don't want to talk too much about it on this platform. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking about. We'll talk about that later. Let me play this again. Oh, go ahead, Sean. Weigh in.
Well, as far as like I'm comparing this situation now with as if each country was a different family member of mine. Like say for instance, Tammy, who's hard to communicate with, she could be Russia, and for me to talk to Tammy, I'd have to talk to a relative of that country. You know what I mean? To where if we all have family members that act like other countries, like you figure out which one you are, which country you are, to where everybody has different communication with different family members. And if we change these country names to our family members and how each country treats each other and how they communicate and how they trick into each other, how they, they'll lie and deceit during Christmas, and it's okay, or somebody's, to where we can all relate in a way that I'm kind of using this as tactics going, well, if it worked with that country to get to that country, then I'll try to talk to, my sister's friend to talk to my sister, right? Kind of in a way to where, does that make sense? So that's the only way I can relate to any of this, all these generations of war, generations future
That's
war.
how it's been. It's communication breakdown.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's run it. I'm trying to get through this. Hold on. Let's do it.
Roll it.
Roll it.
Kentucky. United States of America. Kentucky. People didn't freak out. People didn't lose their minds. And coincidentally, that entire event with Turkey, Syria, and Kentucky happened 1 week prior to Event 201. And after all the elites and after all the wealthy people watched us absolutely do nothing, like materialistic, too busy to do anything. I can't drive right now because I'm texting, etc., etc., etc. I can't think about that because somebody just upset me with their words and I don't know what to do because words hurt so bad. Blah, 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 blah. After all that, the elite sat down and said, let's do this. Let's force these people. Actually, let's not even force them. Let's have them help us trick everybody into changing their DNA. Screw the mark of the beast. We're going to change their DNA right off the bat. You don't see anything about that? You don't see anything about that on the internet prior to this whole thing happening. And yet here it is. So the fact that people are falling for this all over again is absolutely unbelievable because this is a big one. Well, why would they do that? Because this allows everything else they haven't got to yet, everything that they can't blame on a coronavirus strain. This disrupts the food supply. This creates inflation. This stops gasoline. This can do cyber attacks. This can take out the internet. This can do so many things for them. This is like a Leatherman multi-tool. This gives them all sorts of options. that they couldn't figure out how to do. But here's the deal. We knew they were going to do this. We knew they were going to do this. People that somehow think that Russia isn't involved, this is the new world order. These people were here before everybody that we know and everybody that we know before us and everybody that we know before us as well. Nobody gets into power. Nobody gets into place just because they got guys and guns. These people have been here since day one. They've had their foot in it since day one. Do you see what I'm saying? So nobody's neutral. Anybody that's worth anything, anybody that's talking in an authority position to the people of the earth that's making sense, well, they get dealt with. Ask James Traficante how it worked out telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Ask Reagan how it turned out when he thought that he was really going to fight the communists. They put a bullet in him. Just you know what I'm saying? Ask Kennedy what it's like when you think you're going to go up against the Central Intelligence Agency or the Federal Reserve. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just astonishing to me that this continues to go on and my people perish for lack of knowledge. Blows me away. Blows me away. At any rate, don't believe the hype, but believe this. If you're sitting around worried about a nuclear weapon landing in your backyard, don't worry about that. You ain't going to die like that. You're probably going to die cold, hungry, and alone. That sucks, right? Well, I can only warn you so much. Can't come to your house personally and help you get ready. I'm out.
I like how he ends his videos, dude. He's like, I'm not gonna come there. He's like, I'm not gonna come there and hold your hand and you know, like I'm not gonna come to your house and hug you when they come in. You know, I get his point, man. All right, so anyway,
bureaucracy is pretty rough. There's an intersection that we did a information act to find out how many deaths, fatalities there were. And I think we asked like a certain date, but they didn't give us the whole, like we wanted since the existence of the intersection. But I think we only got back to 83 they would give us. But it's a huge amount. I don't want to misquote, but I think it's like 40 or 70. It was way more than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And so the rule is three people need to die for the intersection to change.
Dude.
Right. So
dude, all right. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into final thoughts because I gotta end the stream, dude. It's too late here. It's 3:45 in the morning, dude.
Yeah, it's 3:41.
So all right, so final thoughts.
So bad.
Go ahead.
You do final thoughts, right? You do.
No, I mean I let you get all right, my final thoughts.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I'll do my final thoughts.
We need Rave final thoughts.
I don't know about the Ukraine. I don't know about the Ukraine thing, dude. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm just, you know, looking around, see what people are saying.
Spitball, dude. Spitball about real life, son.
What do you mean spitball about real life? I'm just my final thoughts on the episode, dude. This episode, it was good. We had some triumphs.
Oh, I got you.
I'm getting better on screen sharing. I was planning on coming on and just doing a quick show, but it ended up being a long show.
Well, dude, I'll give you my final thoughts. I was on the Mellow Dome, son. No, okay,
Today?
Scott's final thoughts, Professor Scott.
No, whose final? Yeah, it was your final thoughts. Yeah.
No, I'm talking to you though. I was like, dude, I knew you were gonna come on tonight because I knew you're gonna get like inspired. Like you're like, I can't skip a night because I'm freaking Ray.
Yeah.
I don't quit. I'm the Ray.
No. I was really.
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I really was. I was just bored. But all right. So, all right, we're gonna get out of here. All right.
Oh, I hope you play a good song. Peace out, everyone. Peace, Sean. Sean, good talking to you. I'm not in the.
Yeah, this is how you sell your motherfucking shit yourself. This is not an overnight story of success drawn up in the boardroom by corporate executives. This is not a fabricated gimmick or mimic. I'm a real life image of a world where the hectic live. Brought up in the streets of purgatory, living next to sin. Caught up in the beef and murder stories with my best of friends. Thought of some creeps and burglars, boy, we were just destined then to take our last breath early. I caught a second wind. My heroes, hustlers, fighters, killers, and cons. Ain't none of them in flew with the cape. So with my situation getting grim and my back against the wall, what was I supposed to do to escape? I moved units hand to hand through dealers with coke baggies and grams till it started spreading throughout the states. With my street marketing plan, the white man is a devil, laid my foundation down, now I blew up, it's great, I'm internationally known.
No, I won't break, look me in the eye, you know it's my fate, middle finger in the air, I hear what they talk, but I could care less, you in phase of my walk. All I got is a whole lot of time, so I focus on the grind, you can hear the heat bumping from the sidewalk. I don't trip off nothing, and y'all can stay front while I make my way off the sidewalk.
I walked through this death trap and never lost my life lost me. I bought the truth to pay with my youth, the price cost me. They want me stabbed to death with a knife, the night's frosty. I stayed up nights and prayed to a Christ, but he might cross me. Dudes is looking at my feet, they wonder what the nights cost me. Plus they wanna keep me off the ice like a Mike Bossy. There's a price in my head, if these guys off me five or watch me die from their vibe. Sipping their iced coffee, the public love it or hate it, can't keep their eyes off me. I'm a murdering massacre man, I never die softly. It's way more than my music, this a ruthless product. I'm the toothless prophet, anybody shoot narcotics. My starvation is a nation in a shooter's pocket. I planted seeds on planet greed and I grew the market. You want it raw, but me indeed, I got a crew to pocket. My legend's getting bigger, nothing you can do can stop. Stop.
I won't break, look me in the eye, you know it's my fate, middle finger in the air, I hear what they talk, but I could care less, you in phase of my walk. All I got is a whole lot of time, so I focus on the grind, you can hear the heat bumping from the sidewalk. I don't trip off nothing, and y'all can stay front while I make my way off the sidewalk.
All too